after one. They had 20 first period shots. Flyers add one in the second, one in the third for the 6-1 win. Shots on goal were 42-21. Gunnar Gustafsson had a goal and 2 assists for 3 points. Nicholas Stevens had 2 goals and an assist for 3 points. Dane Kuchar was the winning goaltender, 20 of 21. So a very nice Section 6A victory for Little Falls on the road a week ago Tuesday.
And when we talked about it a week ago Tuesday, every game in the section very important this year, because now we know that all of the playoffs will be at the high seed.
Yes, the Section 6A playoff schedule has been released, and all games at the site of the high seeds. We'll have the first round, which will feature teams 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we advance to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So if you're the number 1 seed and you keep winning, you're going to play at home.
That you are. On the other side for the Prairie Center North Stars, they come in with a 2-7 record on the year. They are 2-2 in section play, and we'll get a chance to talk with Chad Werman here in just a little bit. But the North Stars, they have a very young squad this year, don't they?
Their first line features 3 sophomores, Derek Sorensen, Eli Fletcher, and Jaden Hellman. And Eli Fletcher, a sophomore, this is his 3rd varsity season for the Prairie Center North Stars. He's the leading scorer for Prairie Center, 11 goals and 3 assists for 14 points. I've got him for 64 career goals. Obviously played as an 8th grader, 9th grader, now as a 10th grader, and he can shoot the puck like no other.
That he can, and you mentioned the 64 goals along with the 24 assists. As just a sophomore, he's close to a 100-point club already.
Yep, he is. He's on the doorstep of the 100-point club for the Prairie Center North Stars. He's also scored 10 on the power play. But the spotlight tonight for Prairie Center is probably going to be their sophomore goaltender, Joe Nedorozic. Nedorozic, for the North Stars to have a legitimate chance tonight, is going to have to clearly play his best varsity game.
That he is, and that will be a conversation we're going to have with Chad Werman here too. And speaking of that, let's get to that. Let's take a break. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, and we'll get to our interview segment with both head coaches. We'll talk with Chad Werman, the head coach for the North Stars, and the head coach for the Flyers, Tony Kuchar. That all coming up, and of course we're going to drop the puck here in about 25 minutes as it's Little Falls taking on Prairie Center tonight in a Section 6A hockey showdown. Back with more here on Flyer Media Productions, Q92 and FallsRadio.com.
When suddenly your car doesn't look like it should after an accident, it's nice to know where to go. In Little Falls, Peterson Body Shop is known for their quality workmanship and reputation for reasonable rates. From body repairs to glass installation to loaner cars when work is being performed, Peterson Body Shop has been bringing quality service in the Little Falls area since 1963. Give them a call at 632-6156. Peterson Body Shop, Highway 27 West, Little Falls. Your best decision after a collision. Just ask your neighbors.
At Pine Country Bank, customer service is their #1 priority, so they thought they'd leave it up to their customers to tell you about their mortgage team. Very competent. They work with you the way you prefer, quick and to the point, or walk you through the entire process via text or email or phone. Extremely personable. They understand you and your personal situation and work with you on solutions. Other banks have more red tape and you're just a number. Pine Country Bank still has the hometown feeling. They make it so easy. With over 40 years of combined real estate experience and a vast knowledge of home loans, you're in the right hands with Katie Campus-Jackson and Cheryl Plouffe, Pine Country Bank's trusted mortgage team. Contact Pine Country Bank today about your next mortgage or refinance. Equal housing lender.
Pine Country Bank, your hometown bank.
When you need quality repair, quality service, the only name to remember is Homerson Collision Center. Hi, this is Michelle. Our collision work is always guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. The reason we can do this is because of the great work our team here at Homerson Collision Center does. We hope you never get into an accident, but if you do, we're here to help. At Homerson Collision Center, quality repair, quality service, guaranteed is not just a slogan, but our promise to you.
Homerson Collision Center is looking for full-time auto body technicians. Experience preferred. Will train. Stop in today.
Welcome back to the pregame show. I'm now joined with the head hockey coach of the Prairie Center North Stars, that being Chad Werman. And Chad, tonight you take on the Little Falls Flyers. We'll get to that in just a moment, but let's talk about the season at hand. And of course, for everybody, it's been different this year. And I guess for you as a coach, I'm sure you've not only had to be a coach, but also an administrator this year and everything else. I guess, how has it been this year for North Star Hockey?
You know, James, things have been really good for us. I mean, you know, you're right, there's been some challenges, but our kids have met them head on, I think. They come, every day they come with a smile and they work hard. They're trying to get better at what we're teaching them, and it's just been a great group of kids to work with. So, you know, for my end, that part has been a lot of fun, and the extra, the mask wearing and some of that stuff that we fight with, our kids have met that challenge head on.
You know, it's funny because I don't think kids really care about the mask. It's more of probably the adults and the parents that have the issue. And sometimes, you know, that would carry over as being a coach if you had some kind of issue. So you have to stay positive, don't you?
Absolutely, you know, absolutely. And a few of our kids, you know, early in the year, they thought it was going to be tough. And it is tougher. There's no doubt about it. I'm on the ice screaming and yelling, and I can feel the difference, you know. But, you know, the kids, I think they adjusted once they got, you know, and they figured out, we can do this as long as we get to play. And so they've taken the right attitude all the way through.
Looking at the season coming in, obviously you had some graduation, which happens to everybody, and a lot of young kids. How concerned, I guess, were you this year knowing that you wouldn't maybe have that quality time together to bond like most teams do year in and year out?
Well, you know, it's funny you ask that question, because with our program being from 4 communities, you know, our kids are so tight, it amazes me how tight they are. You know, we were able to skate once a week this summer, you know, and the kids, they've known each other since they were 10, 11, you know, not since they were 5 or 6, but since they were 10 or 11. They're great buddies, you know, and it's great to listen to them. You know, I was just giving the guys a hard time. I teach in Melrose, and so when Melrose comes play to Sauk Center and something, I give those guys, we talk a little smack, and same thing with the Long Prairie and Sauk Center kids, you know, so they've got a great relationship. And so the bonding wasn't the issue. It was just who's going to fill those key spots in key roles.
And looking at this year, obviously you have a lot of young kids, but it looks like those kids have found the spots so far, and you're halfway through the season already. How do you think it's gone so far?
Well, you know, we certainly would like to win more games, and everybody can say that. But the kids are trying to do what we teach them. You know, they're doing it. They're coming with a good attitude, and they're getting better at what we're trying to teach them. You know, and so now we're just working on the skills and getting better. And you know, the kids have taken the attitude just like us. If they get better every day, eventually it's going to work out for us. So we talk about small victories and small successes.
How, you know, I guess I should ask this before that question, but you know, you have 4 different school districts. Has it been difficult because each district manages the virus a little bit different?
You know, it has been, but luckily for us, we and I'm going to knock on wood here, but we haven't had much issue with the virus so far. So, so far we haven't had to worry about it. But yeah, you know, I got the paperwork in order, and we do our things every day, and hopefully we don't have to worry about it. So.
Absolutely. Let's worry about the X's and O, and we don't have to worry about the pandemic anymore, because I think everybody's had enough of that for the most part. Looking this year coming in, obviously, as we mentioned, that you had some replacements and you got some, but you have some good, talented kids returning, and you have one kid. I mean, obviously there's more than one kid, but you have a kid in Eli Fletcher that's almost already at the 100-point club, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, you know, Eli's in his 3rd year with us, so it's hard to remember that he's a sophomore sometimes, you know, and he's still making some sophomore mistakes, but boy, he's a seasoned veteran, and he knows what to do. He knows the right things to do it. He shows excellent leadership, you know, so, and he's certainly a talent for sure. So, but you know, those other kids are coming along, and all of a sudden now we moved the lines around here the other day. We've got 3 sophomores playing together. We had Eli with a couple of seniors, and we moved that around the other day, and just trying to find some chemistry, and you know, things are going in the right direction.
Chris, you always need decent goaltending, and it looks like you found yourself a good goaltender in Mr. Nedorozic. Talk about him, and obviously having to replace a kid that had played a lot in the last few years from the past couple seasons.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Isaiah Defoe was basically a starter for 3+ years. You know, Joe's come in and he's done an excellent job. You know, the whole back end of our lineup. We graduated 3 senior D last year who had played. One guy was here since an 8th grader. The other 2 were 3- and 4-year starters. And so, really, that whole back end, the D-men and Joe are they're coming day at a time, you know, working their way in. And then, you know, there's times when we have trouble clearing pucks, and you'll see that tonight once in a while. But they're trying to do the right things. They're getting better and better and better. But, you know, that's that's a big adjustment for some of those kids are coming, you know, from Bantams right straight to the varsity lineup. And at least I believe it's one thing to do that as a forward, but to do it as a D or a goalie that takes a quick learning curve. So they've done an excellent job. Joe's getting better every day, and they're keeping a great attitude. So
Playoffs would actually probably started this week, but we're still about 3 or 4 weeks away from that. We do know that there will be playoffs, I guess, pandemic permitting, and we know that it'll be at all the high seeds throughout. And with your team right now, you still have a bunch of games remaining. I guess, what does your playoff position kind of look like, and I guess what are you focusing at here in the next 9 games?
Well, like I said before, James, and it's an old coaching cliche, but we just want to keep getting better every day. You know what I mean? We kind of know who we're competing with and where we're going there. And, you know, with 10 teams in our section, you know, you want to be, we're going to be one of the 7, 8, 9, 10 teams. We know that. So if we could somehow get 7 or 8, you know, that's going to take a couple wins down the stretch here. But, you know, as far as the other ones, you know, we play in a conference that's not within our section. So those games are, again, they're times to learn and get better, and we're taking that approach with it.
All right, let's talk about the game tonight against Little Falls. Of course, the Flyers so far 6-1-1 on the year, and you've had some good battles with them over the years. Let's talk about the game tonight, and what do you guys need to do to get a win against the Flyers tonight? What are some of the keys to the game?
Well, you know, James, I think I tell you this every year. I got so much respect for Tony Kuchar and what he does with this program. You know, the one thing I tell our guys is when you go to Little Falls or you play Little Falls, you know when the puck drops, they're coming at you. And that's one of the things we've tried to instill in our program over the years is the same thing as when that puck goes, whether we're the more talented team or the less talented team, you're going to go 100%, you're going to play hard. And that's what we're working at, and that's what we'll continue to work at tonight. I mean, I've seen some film of these guys. I've just, you know, seen some clips. I mean, they move the puck quick. They're I think, number 4 now in the state this week. So we know how good they are coming in and veteran they are and excellent goaltending and excellent, always well coached. So we're going to get out. We're going to play as hard as we can. We're going to try to play our system, try to make those details, and try to be better than we were 2 nights ago.
Coach, it's always fun to get a chance to talk to you every hockey season. I wish you the best of luck tonight and the rest of the regular season.
Thanks, James. Appreciate all your coverage.
Once again, that is the head hockey coach of the Prairie Center North Stars. That is Chad Wormer. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk with the head coach of the Little Falls Flyers, that being Tony Kuchar. You're watching Flyer Hockey on Flyer Media Productions and listening on Q92 and FallsRadio.com.
After an accident, it's nice to know where to go. Peterson Body Shop has loaner cars, a lifetime guarantee on workmanship and paint. They work with all insurance companies and repair all makes of vehicles. Remember, it's your insurance, your vehicle, so get the repairs done where you want. Peterson Body Shop is known for quality work in the Little Falls area since 1963. Give them a call at 632-6156. Peterson Body Shop, Highway 27 West, Little Falls. Your best decision after a collision. Just ask your neighbors.
Are you in the mood for remodeling your floors? WeCheck Floors and More have top brands of carpeting, hardwood, laminate, tile, rugs, blinds, and more. If you're not able to come into WeCheck Floors and More, they'll come to you with the latest and newest styles of flooring. WeCheck Floors and More are the flooring experts. Call today for a free estimate and consultation. 632-4201 or stop into their showroom, which is at 50 East Broadway in Little Falls.
Better floor you, better floor you. We check floors and more.
Little Falls teens choose kindness. As teens, we interact with a lot of people at school, in activities, at work, at home, and on social media. We know that every person has their own unique aspirations and challenges. That's why it's important to first choose kindness, respect, and support as we interact with many individuals in our daily lives. Choose kindness every day in everything you do.
Have you been to Rudolph Auto Solutions yet? Rudolph Auto Solutions is your complete auto solution. From a state-of-the-art service department and detailing department to a great selection of new and used vehicles. Certified used, that is. And if we don't have it, we'll find it. That's my promise to you. Clean up, fix up, or trade up, we are your auto solution. Stop in and see us today, Rudolph Auto Solutions, at the intersection of Highway 27 and Highway 10 in Little Falls, or check us out online at rudolphautosolutions.net.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Once again, our coach's interview is being brought to you by Hilmerson Collision Center in Little Falls. Joining me now is the head hockey coach of the Little Falls Flyers, that being Tony Kuchar. Flyers are 6-1-1 on the year, ranked 4th in the state. And Boy, it's been a while since you and I have had a chance to talk about a 8-9 day break. What have you guys been doing since that win against St. Cloud Cathedral?
Well, we've done some conditioning. We've done some competition stuff in practice, just try to get the best out of the kids, make them work hard. We continue to work on our power play and penalty kill. We even had Ben Hanowski come in and take a look at our power play, go over some film, and talk to the kids about some options and different things that they can do on that power play and to make it a little better. I mean, we've only got 2 goals on the power play, and that's just not going to cut it. If you get down to the playoffs, you have to score at least half of those goals and if you want to win. So we've been working on that, we've went bowling one day, so we've done some fun things, and we had a day off of school, and we gave them a little bit of a time off, and they were happy about that. So, but mostly working hard, working on the power play.
Yeah, look at the calendar. In a normal year, we'd be in the playoffs, but here we are still about a month away from the playoffs. And anything's but normal this year. And let's talk about the schedule. And you have a little break here for that 9 days. Are you a little concerned now coming into a heavy schedule here in the next 8 days with 4 games?
I don't think so. I think that was the plan was to really get after it in practice and get some conditioning in, and not like just take a complete break and shut down. So we feel pretty good about our conditioning the last week. We're going to try to condition every day that we don't have a game the next day, just to keep it going, so we're in tip-top shape at the end, because towards the end we're just going to get flooded with games. I mean, I looked at the schedule the other day when we play Fergus on a Monday, and Tuesday's I believe an election day, so we couldn't play on that Tuesday, but we play Dodge County in Little Falls on a Friday. Saturday, we go to Duluth-Denfeld, and then we're back on Monday against Fergus. So we have 4 days, and we have 3 games without any practice or anything, just a day off on Sunday. So it's going to be a tough schedule, and even the next 2 days. I mean, we play Prairie Center tonight, and then we play Sartell, and then we just get after it the next weekend. And it is what it is, and like you said, we'd be kind of starting the playoffs here and getting excited about the state tournament, where we're about halfway through our season, if that.
Let's go back to the Cathedral game, a 6-1 win. Finally got maybe that monkey off your back a little bit with this hockey team and even teams in the past to get that win against Cathedral. How important was that win?
Well, I think just with the kid's psyche, it's always important that when a team is beating you up for so long. I mean, it was I believe it was Chris Dobis' senior year that I was told that that was the last time we beat a Cathedral team on the road, and it's been a while since I think it was 10 games since we beat them. I think Ezra Spangle had a great game in the net for us in Little Falls. Probably might have been the last game that we won. I know we had him in overtime. A couple years ago, Jay Capan had a breakaway with like 30 seconds left, and goalie made a great save, hit his glove, and went over the net, and then we ended up losing that game. So, I think just for the kids to get excited about winning that game, and they lost a lot. Cathedral did with their their graduating class, and we knew we had an opportunity to, if we played well. We started out awesome. I mean, we scored 3 goals in 2 minutes or something like that, and then we kind of sat a little bit and got running around a little bit, and that was hard to see when you start out so well. But you win the game, you win the game. It doesn't matter if it's 10-0 or 2-1. It's a win, and you go and you keep battling the next time you get out and play a game. Just like tonight, Long Prairie has struggled a little bit, but we need to play. We need to get out and get our legs. We've been off for a while. So, but going back to the question, very important that we win all of our section games from now on. Cathedral, Morris Benson, Wadena, whoever we play, we got to keep competing, and we got to win those games.
How much scoreboard watching, I guess, have you done this year, especially in the section, and when you have an opportunity to play pretty much everybody this year?
Absolutely, we watch all the time. We're anxiously excited to hear the Alexandria Fergus Falls game tonight in Alexandria. So that'll be a big section tilt for everybody to watch. And it's also, with the COVID and how this is all kind of transpired into a lot of videotapes. I used to go to a lot of games. I can't go to any games anymore, but everybody, it seems like, has a feed now, so you can go back. I watched the Brainerd-Sartell game the other day already, so you can go back and you can see your opponents playing against other section teams. So in that aspect, it's been a good thing, but definitely do a lot of scoreboard watching. I mean, Cathedral played Fergus tough the other day, 3-2 in Fergus, so it's all about different matchups. So some people play well against other teams and other arenas and things like that. So, but always fun to watch.
Of course, you had the break here, and I know there were a couple kids that were kind of banged up a little bit, but I think they're getting back into shape once again.
Yeah, we have a full roster. Gunnar Gustafson is out tonight. Just got not feeling real well about stomach. So we got him just kind of staying away and trying to get better. And other than that, we juggled our lines a little bit. You're going to see probably 4 lines tonight, at least for 2 periods. We don't have a lot of kids, so we can't play. We need to send them down to JV and fill that. But we got some roster moves, and we'll see how it goes, because we definitely need to get ready for Sartell after tonight's game and find out if the lines that we put together, if Gunnar's going to come back and play, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how our team does with that 9 days off, and then with also one kid out of the lineup, and then some lineup juggling.
Let's talk about your game tonight against Prairie Center. We've already mentioned it's a section game. Any section game is important this year. Obviously, you'd love to get that #1 seed so you could stay home the entire playoffs as long as you keep winning. What do we know about Prairie Center tonight?
Well, I know that they're relatively young. They don't have a whole lot of numbers, even probably less than we have. We don't have great numbers either, but Eli Fletcher has been one of their mainstays. He's probably played as an 8th grader, I think. He's got a number of points. He can score goals. They're not going to roll over and die for you. So we got to come out and we got to just continue the pressure and roll our 3 lines and roll our 5D and then just get after it, because I think sometimes when you're out for 9 days like this, you get hungry, and that's what I'm hoping that is going to happen tonight.
All right, let's ask the keys to the game tonight. What do the Flyers need to do to continue their winning ways?
Well, I think number one, our power play needs to come alive. So if we do get an opportunity, we've been working pretty hard on it. Some different looks, different personnel. We move some people around just to see and try to, when you have only scored 2 goals on the power play and have had opportunities. I mean, you go back to our Alexandria game, and we had a power play at the end of the game, and we didn't get a shot on net. So that is definitely one thing that I'm going to look after. And I think, another thing is just our effort. I think it has nothing to do with X's and O's. It's just a matter of how hard we want to work. We're trying right now to try to find 6 to 9 kids on our lines. 9 forwards. We're trying to find 3 forwards that want to play on our 3rd line that can get after it, and so it's going to be an evaluation night tonight too for a bunch of kids. So effort is going to be the thing that's on my top of the list to look at for those kids. If you can get some kids to work hard, you'll have a 3rd line, and that's one thing that we want to find out tonight, so we can get ready also for Sartell. So I think probably the last one is just having some fun. It's about that season where the gloom and glooms sometimes happen. Even though you're winning games, there's a break. You're practicing every day. Coach is crabby. You have to condition. So having fun, including myself. I mean, there was a time this year that I came to the rink that I didn't smile too often. It was just I wanted the kids to get after it, and I just wanted that culture to continue of hard work. Nobody outworks us. So, and that's what we're going to try to continue to do tonight.
All right, Coach. Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you, James. I appreciate it.
Once again, that's the head hockey coach of Little Falls Flyers. That's Tony Kuchar. Our coach's interview has been brought to you by Hilmerston Collision Center. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Jamie Pettit will have the starting goaltenders. Prairie Center, Little Falls, up next here on Q92, fallsradio.com, and Flyer Media Productions.
At Hilmerston Collision Center, they understand that when you've been in an accident, it can be a stressful time. That's why they minimize the confusion and inconvenience by handling the insurance claim for you. The experts at Hilmerston Collision Center take personal pride in providing a quality repair with quality service. For collision repair from a name you can trust, remember Hilmerston Collision Center.
Hilmerston Collision Center is looking for full-time auto body technicians. Experience preferred, will train. Stop in today.
Slender Wenner & Company is a regional independent CPA firm dedicated to serving clients with professionalism and integrity. The firm's professional staff's attention to detail and personal touch promote excellent working relationships with their clients. The firm focuses on serving accounting, tax, and business consulting needs of their business, individual, not-for-profit, and governmental clients. Slender Wenner & Company in Albany, St. Cloud, Monticello, Maple Lake, in their new location in Little Falls next to the dam, providing high-quality value, added professional service since 1964. Ron's Oil and Propane is a locally owned family business that provides superior fuel for farms, homes, and businesses. The Schaefer's additive Ron's use will give you the edge for performance and power. Ron's Oil and Propane serving Little Falls, Staples, and Motley area. No hidden fees or charges, just great fuel. Experienced drivers and outstanding customer service. Always competitively priced. Ron's Oil and Propane, 877-256-3680. Fight back winter's harsh elements with multiple snow removal attachments and factory cab options on a new John Deere compact utility tractor sold at Midwest Machinery Company. Own a versatile compact tractor with 0 down and 0% financing for 60 months. Save even more with additional discounts and implement bonuses. All compact tractors are backed by a 6-year powertrain warranty. Check one out at Midwest Machinery in Little Falls and MidwestMachineryCo.com. Financing approval through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends February 28, 2021.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again to the Exchange Arena as we get a look at the starting lineups. Here's a look at the starting goaltenders and Jamie Pettit.
The Prairie Center North Stars are 2-7. Their head coach is Chad Werman. He's in his 5th season. Joe Nedarozic, the sophomore, starts in goal for the North Stars. He's played all 465 minutes. He's got a 2-7 overall record. Goals against average of 6.4. Save percentage 85%. For the 6-1-1 Little Falls Flyers, ranked 4th in the most recent Let's Play Hockey Class A poll. Tony Kuchar's in his 28th season behind the Flyers bench, and his son Dane Kuchar will start his 60th consecutive varsity game for the Little Falls Flyers. He's played 408 minutes this year with a 6-1-1 overall record, a 2.2 goals against average, save percentage of 91.3%, and he does have a shutout. It's the senior Dane Kuchar for the Little Falls Flyers and the sophomore Joe Nedarozic for the Prairie Center North Stars.
Alrighty, we'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll drop the puck. Little Falls versus Prairie Center. It's coming up next here on Flyer Media Productions, Q92 and fallsradio.com.
When suddenly your car doesn't look like it should after an accident, it's nice to know where to go. In Little Falls, Peterson Body Shop is known for their quality workmanship and reputation for reasonable rates. From body repairs to glass installation to loaner cars when work is being performed, Peterson Body Shop has been bringing quality service in the Little Falls area since 1963. Give them a call at 632-6156. Peterson Body Shop, Highway 27 West, Little Falls. Your best decision after a collision. Just ask your neighbors.
When you need your garbage removed, call Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Locally owned and operated, Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse is ready to pick up your garbage and save you money. No administrative fees, no contracts. They offer both commercial and residential service. Whether you need a roll-off, dumpster, or can, call them today at 320-632-5212. That's 632-5212. Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Living and working with you in your community.
Fleet Supply True Value in Little Falls has everything you need for all your outdoor and indoor projects. They have a great selection of tools, kitchen, pet, and paint supplies, footwear, and so much more. Also, check out their great monthly bargains with tons of in-store savings. Fleet Supply True Value, your complete farm and home store. Located at 1800 First Avenue North in Little Falls. Behind every project is a true value.
If it's getting mighty hungry, well, the best in the country is Pizza Ranch.
The Pizza Ranch in Little Falls is now hiring all positions. Apply online. Go to pizzaranch.com/careers, Little Falls, Minnesota.
It's where life tastes better. Surround 'em up and head her down to Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Welcome back to the Exchange Arena. James Hershey along with Jamie Pettit, Christina, our game engineer, back in our Little Falls studios. Of course, our, once again, kids, the students behind the cameras, and also at the controls, Mark Deal, the director tonight at Flyer Media Productions. Little Falls, Prairie Center tonight, and our last second comments, Mr. Pettit.
On January 9th, 2014, Prairie Center beat Little Falls here at the Exchange Arena 5-2. Prior to that, Little Falls had won 17 in a row. Since that loss in January of 2014, Little Falls is 7-0 against the North Stars. So combined, Little Falls is 24-1 against Prairie Center. We'll see if the Flyers can get win number 25 against the North Stars tonight.
Sorensen and Stevens square off at the center circle. The puck is down. We're underway with high school hockey tonight. It'll be in by Stars. They'll play it all the way deep back in and controlled. And a quick shot there, just wide. And that's the guy we're going to have to watch a lot tonight, number 6. That is Eli Fletcher. Back the other way here by Majorly. Nedorosek got a piece of that one and plays it up to the safety netting. We get our first whistle 23 seconds into the period.
A different look to the Flyers line chart tonight as Nick Stevens centers Matt Philippi and Hayden Johnson. Carter Othout's the second line center. Gabe Hirsch on the left, Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson on the right. Matthew Cooper centers line 3. Tower Morrison on the left, Tyler Bricky on the right. Fourth line will have Gendro between Jowski and Falls Flyers. Majorly, Moore, Inez, Colton Johnson, Rexted, and Cray, with Kucher in goal for the Flyers. Sick tonight is Gunnar Gustafsson.
Everybody's going to have to kind of get acquainted to everybody here in the first couple of minutes, since, as you mentioned, all the lines have been juggled tonight. Flyers have it down deep right now in the Prairie Center end, trying to wrap around attempt here this time. Well, that was Gabe Hirsch as he was on his keister, and then a big hit on the boards on the far side. And into the boards, that was Hellman. It'll be cleared the length of the ice, and we'll get our second whistle of the game, an icing call with 15:50 to go here in the first, no score.
Little Falls has played 8 games this season, 6 wins, a loss, and a tie. Coach Kucher talked about the power play in his pregame comments. Just 2 for 25. Good job bringing in Ben Hanowski to work with the Flyers power play unit on Saturday. Of course, Ben Hanowski is the state's all-time leading scorer. 42 power play goals in Ben Hanowski's career.
I saw you doing a little homework there quickly during that interview.
I got Ben's spreadsheet out quickly.
Absolutely, and we're hoping to maybe to have Ben Hanowski join us in that game against Dodge County. We're going to have to negotiate with him, I think, on that. We'll see if we can get him to come here. That would be great. 15:30 to go here in the first, no score, and it'll be played up to center ice by Prairie Center, dumped right back in by Colton Johnson. Thought about going off on a change. They'll stay in instead. Tower Morrison got there first. Tries to keep it in the corner now. Morrison now back to the point it comes. Quick shot taken there by Tyler Bricky. We'll talk with Tyler in intermission number 1 tonight. Just one interview tonight in the intermission. That'll come up in intermission number 1. There's a wraparound attempt by Cooper and a chance out in front to Bricky, but they wave it off because of quick whistle. And Tyler was saying, oh, I almost had my first varsity goal.
Premature whistle. The wraparound attempt by Matthew Cooper. Puck was loose. Officials lost sight of the puck. They blew the play dead, but it was Bricky knocking it in after the whistle sounded.
14:59 to go here in the first. No score. Most of the play down in the North Star end here to start the game. Held in at the right point here by Cray, and then it pops off the stick of Stevens. Back out to center ice it comes. Majorly now over to Stevens. Bumped off the puck. Picked back up here by Cray. He'll dump it in. Flyers will chase after it. Who gets there first? Hayden Johnson in the right side. He got crunched up along the board. Stevens has it in the circle. Tips it towards the netminder. Netarosa, who plays it aside. Held in at the left point now here by Cray. He'll play it down deep in the end wall there. Little touch off the end wall there by Stevens. Tried to find Philippi. Held in at the right point, however, by Hayden Johnson. Moved ahead. Now it flutters up in the air. Comes in on Netarosa. He'll make the save. And will hold on with 14-16 to go here in the first. No score.
Flyers have won 2 consecutive games. They beat Mound West Tonka 3-2 on February 6th. And then, of course, the 6-1 win over St. Cloud Cathedral last Tuesday night. In both those wins, I think it's fair to say that in the third period of the Mound West Tonka game and the St. Cloud Cathedral game, that Little Falls had it on cruise control in period 3.
Yeah, they did. That's one thing Tony Kuchar was talking about in the pregame is, conditioning, and they wanted to, play a full 51 minutes here. So he worked them pretty hard. So we'll see how they come out tonight here, and if they play that full 51 minutes. Out at center ice now, coming across. This is Sorensen, avoids the check there of Moore. Inez now has it back at his own end wall. 13:50 to go in the first. No score. Picked up now here. Pass there. Sorensen back out to the point. Shot taken there. Knocked down. As that shot was taken off the stick of Hoffman. And the Flyers will clear it all the way down. They'll say no icing. Prairie Center, 2 wins on the year. They're both section wins. One against Wadena Deer Creek. And the other one in a save there by Netarosa. And he'll hold on. And of course the other section win came up against Breckenridge Wahpeton.
They had a game on Tuesday night, did Prairie Center. They lost to Morris Benson 10-1, outshot 51-25 in that game. So not a good sign for the North Stars coming into tonight's game, having that huge loss against the Tigers.
And you heard Chad Warman talk
Storm,
about,
excuse me.
Yeah, you heard Chad talk about, they still have 3 games coming up here with section opponents after the game. I should say 4 games actually after Little Falls, as they'll have Wadena Deer Creek, River Lakes, Morris Benson, and Breck Wap. So they definitely conceivably could get into the maybe a 7 seed, but they're going to have to get some wins. Here's a quick shot taken there by Majorly. That one sticked out of there by the netminder. Held in by Colton Johnson, played in the corner now. This is Cooper with it. Back over to Colton Johnson, now to Majorly. Back now to Johnson, who kind of fanned on that one. And that'll give the Stars a chance to clear it out to center, back down into the Flyer end. 12:50 to go here in the first. No score. Shots are 8-0 in favor of Little Falls. Dane Kuchar now will play it up to Bricky. Bricky's rink-wide pass caught by Morrison. He'll dump it in. And they'll go off on a line change here, as Hayden Johnson trying to keep it in the zone. He does. Now passes down to the circle. Coming in there is Stevens, and it kind of deflected towards the netminder, Netarosa, and he covers up and holds on with 12:28 to go here in the first. No score.
I think Coach Chad Weirman mentioned in his pregame comments that he felt that projected right now Prairie Center would be somewhere between 7 and 10 in the Section 6A playoffs. This is Weirman's 5th season. He's 4-0 in Section 6A first-round playoff games. Perfect.
Yeah.
When the North Stars play in the first round of the Section 6A playoffs. The quarterfinal, they haven't went as well, but
yeah, that's all right.
Let's look at the positive side.
You don't want to play Prairie Center in the first round.
No, not 4-0 the last 4 years.
Well, since we don't have an interview coming up in the second intermission, it'll give us a little better chance here, since we can dissect the section in the first half, I guess, of the season, as we're at the halfway point pretty much for most of these teams.
Yep, huge game tonight as Fergus Falls is at Alexandria.
There's a chance there by Cray, as he had a streaking man coming through, and that being Hayden Johnson, couldn't connect. Back out to center ice it comes. Here's George Moore now with a head of steam. Shot taken there, knocked down there by the defense, cleared back out to center ice. Johnson goes back to pick up the loose puck at his own blue line, sends it ahead here to Philippi. Philippi now, the wrist shot, save made there by the glove of Netarosa, and he'll hold on with 11:34 to go in the first. Still no score. Boy, that shot total went from 8 to 13 in about a minute.
Well, a good first period so far for Joe Netarosa, the sophomore in the North Star net, 13 of 13. Dane Kuchar hasn't seen much action in his end of the ice for the Little Falls Flyers. Still officially has not faced a shot on goal. However, that first rush down the ice for the North Stars, Eli Fletcher had a shot that missed Dane Kuchar.
Joe Nedorosik just had a chance to take off the helmet to readjust things and had the flow of hair, the hockey hair in there too. He's got a lot of hair.
I'm envious.
Well, he's also probably a 16-year-old kid. He's not a 40-something-year-old.
No, late 40s. Slightly,
I said 40-something. I just kept it that
slightly younger than his broadcast partner.
There's a quick shot there by Hirsch, and that one, I believe, another save by Nedorosik. Another shot that caroms off the side of the net. Picked up here by Kaczynski Helgeson. Now to Majurli. Pass quickly over there to Nez. His shot is deflected wide. Controlled here by the Flyers once again. Almost looks like they're on a power play right now. Here's a Nez with a low shot. Nedorosik a save, and he holds on again, as that is the 15th shot, 15th save here, as we have played so far 6 minutes of hockey, and there's still no score.
Marshall Inez took the shot from the left point. Marshall had a nice game a week ago Tuesday in the 6-1 win against the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. He chipped in a couple assists.
You know why he had that good game, right?
Because you interviewed him.
We interviewed him, exactly.
Yep.
It's just the magic of the interview.
And if I remember correctly, he was going to bring a lot of string or twine with him onto the deserted island.
Oh boy. Just wait till Tyler Brickey's answer tonight on that one.
Stay tuned between the first and second period. We'll see what Brickey brings onto the deserted island.
There's a chance for Hirsch. Save is made. The puck was almost going to end up in the back of the net, and somehow it stays out of there once again. Comes right in on the netminder, Dane Kuchar, and it'll be a registered shot that actually came off the sideboard and went in on the netminder Kuchar. So the first shot officially for Prairie Center. 10:15 to go here in the first. Shots are now 16-2. Here's a quick shot there by Majurli. That sent wide. Othot will play it down low. Touch there by Kaczynski Helgeson. Now over to Morrison in the corner. He'll try to play it back there to Kaczynski Helgeson, knocked down by the North Stars. They'll try to clear it out, unable to do so. And finally they get it out to neutral ice. Well, played back now in the corner. And unable to get it out as well. They say it was out of the zone, so the Flyers have to touch up as Matt Cooper unable to keep it in. This will as they'll picked up here by George Moore behind the netminder, Dane Kuchar. Here's a little give and go. Moore out on the left side, touch there. Back down, coming across the line. This is Brickey, tries to get it to Moore. Into the play there is Cooper. In the corner now, it's Moore once again. Cooper on the end wall. Puck taken away there by the North Stars. And still controlled here by Colton Johnson. Fired a shot there wide. A couple players tumble in the slot area. 9:10 to go here in the first. Still no score. Shot by Moore. Screen that time was Nedorosik, but he got a piece of it. Moore once again with it. Another shot by Moore. That was knocked down that time by the North Stars. Can't clear it out yet. And now they finally will carry it out to center ice. This is Sorensen trying to get it over to Fletcher. Instead, it'll be Philippi back the other way. He comes across the line. Oh, big hit there, Philippi, along with one of the North Stars over there, and trying to get that number. I think it's number 4. That's Williams, and that puck comes up and actually hit off below us here, which should have been a whistle. Here's still moving ahead. A quick shot there by Stevens, and that one over the cage. Another shot this time by Cray, and Nedorosik has already seen 18 pucks his way. 8:24 to go here in the first. Still no score. Flyers have thrown everything at him, and nothing has got by him yet. Here's Cray back again. Pass over now to Majurli on the left side. In the corner, touched there by Hayden Johnson. Stevens, a one-timer shot score by Matt Philippi. And it's his 10th of the season for the sophomore, and it makes it 1-0.
Time of the goal, 8:53 of period 1 to give Little Falls a 1-0 lead. Good look at the replay here on Flyer Media Productions as Little Falls is able to hold the zone. They work it in deeper. And it was Stevens that has the nice assist on the Philippi goal to give Little Falls that 1-0 lead. And for Matt Philippi, his 10th goal of the season.
So a 1-0 lead for Little Falls on the 19th shot that Nedorosik saw.
Matt Philippi with an assist to number 33, Nicholas Stevens, and number 19, Hayden Johnson.
Stevens and Hayden Johnson get the assists on the goal scored by Philippi. As I mentioned, his 10th of the season, and for Matt, his 26th in his career.
It wasn't long before that Philippi just got uprooted by John Williams.
Yeah, big collision. Here's a shot by Cray. That one clanked off the pipe. As a Hirsch, I think, was down low there with a little tip. Still held in now. Quick shot there by Majurli, and Nedorozic finds it, covers up, and will draw a faceoff down to the North Star end with 7:32 to go here in the first. That's a 1-0 lead for the Flyers. That is the 22nd shot already of the period.
Official scoring on Little Falls' first goal of the game, 8:53 of the first period, 10th goal of the season for the sophomore, number 27, Matt Philippi. First assist, Nick Stevens. Second assist, Hayden Johnson.
Face-off, won by the Flyers once again. They've controlled most of the play down to the offensive zone. Big hit that time as Cooper got upended there, and it looks like it was Hoffman that got a piece of him. Played to the line, out to center ice it comes. Here's Eli Fletcher racing after it. He'll be bumped off the puck there by Moore. Moore then will pick up the loose puck, move it ahead over to Inez on the end wall, who reverses it. Inez going to go after it now, trying to come out on the right wing side, and his pocket pick there briefly. And then the Flyers will bring it out to center ice. Inez moves it up there to Morrison, left side to Bricky, bounces off his tape. Into the corner he goes. Hoffman plays it away from him. Loose puck controlled here now by the North Stars. Around, held in at the right point, however, here by Inez. Picked up there by Dieters. He lost it to Bricky. Bricky now, wild shot there. That one goes all the way over to the left point. Held in there by Moore. Down to the corner now, trying to avoid a couple of checks and pull it out. There was Philippi. Stevens trying to come in on the play, and it pokes back out to neutral ice. 6:24 to go here in the first. Little Falls 1, Prairie Center nothing. Story of this one has been the shots so far. 22 shots for Little Falls in the first 10+ minutes, as Joe Nedorozic has 21 saves. On at neutral ice now. Brought ahead this time here by Ritter. Tried to get around to Flyer defenseman, able to do so. Back the other way is Hayden Johnson has a man wide open. That was Stevens, and he just couldn't slide it over to him as the puck kind of gingerly goes into the blue paint and covered up by Nedorozic.
Yeah, Nedorozic was sliding to his right, and he kind of had to reach back to his left to cover up that puck. Still haven't had a penalty here in the first period, and I mention that because Little Falls has not had penalty problems this season. They're only averaging 3 penalties a game. That's got to bring a smile to Coach Kucher's face.
Yeah, absolutely. But you'd like to work on the power play a little bit too, though. So right now things going in the Flyers' favor, at least on the scoreboard. But hey, give credit to Prairie Center as they are doing everything they can to keep the puck out, and it's basically been the sophomore Nedorozic. Quick chance in front, save, rebound, score! As Othow took the shot, the backhand attempt, the save was made, and the puck was lying loose there, and Gabe Hirsch with the backhander puts it in to make it 2-0.
Gabe Hirsch, very opportunistic, just hanging around outside the crease. Othow takes the initial shot, and Gabe Hirsch is there for a rebound to knock it in for his second goal of the season. Othow the first shot, Gabe Hirsch is able to just pitchfork that puck into the back of the North Star net to give Little Falls a 2-0 lead. And for Gabe Hirsch, again, it's his second of the season. He hadn't scored a goal in his last 4 games. That streak's over.
Gabe Hirsch with an assist to 18. Carter Othow with 24. Robbie Helgeson, Kaczynski.
Robbie Helgeson Kaczynski gets the other assist. Othow the first one, and the goal scored by Gabe Hirsch, which gives him now 83 points in his career. So he's starting to get closer to that 100-point club. 21 members of it. They're trying to see if somebody can be number 22.
It's unfortunate with the shortened season this year.
Well, hopefully it'll be a long playoff season for the Flyers. Inside of 5 minutes to go, 2-0 Little Falls leads. Back on the attack of the Flyers in the offensive zone. In the corner, that's Morrison. He's bumped off the puck there. Puck comes a weird bounce nearly in the slot. Held here by Cray. His shot kind of rolled up the arm of one of the defensemen for the Prairie Center North Stars. Now going to be played ahead on the stretch pass perfectly here. Moved ahead. Shot there just wide by Philippi after he got the pass. from Hayden Johnson. That all started by Dane Kuchar, and Dane was hoping to get into the point system tonight.
As usual, Dane Kuchar on high alert, was not going to allow the North Stars to make the change. Zipped the puck up to the offensive blue line, and the Flyers nearly scored.
I mean, he's got a goal already. He wants more points.
Yeah, sure.
He hasn't had any points yet this year, and it's his senior year, so he's looking for some points.
And that would have been a clear second assist if the Flyers had scored.
Out at center ice now, glove down briefly there by Williams. Trying to move it ahead here, and instead it'll be Philippi. A lot of stick work that time there. Philippi and Polipnik battling.
Needed a chainsaw to get through into the offensive zone.
Here's Stevens now. Back to Inez. Inez with a shot. That one just wide. He was looking for that upper corner. And this will go out of play with 3:41 to go in the first. 2-0 Little Falls leads.
Official scoring on Little Falls' second goal of the first period at 11:23. Second goal of the season for the senior, number 9, Gabe Hirsch. First assist, Carter Othout. Second assist, Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson. 2-0 Flyers behind goals from Philippi and Hirsch.
Faceoff will come outside the zone as the Flyers, and I believe Inez the last one to touch it. Out across the line by Hirsch, the goal scorer. And that one cleared all the way down the length of the ice here by Hoffman. An icing call coming up here as a delayed whistle there with 3:32 to go in the first. 2-0 Little Falls. Shots 25-3 in favor of the Flyers.
Carter Othout is just a freshman, elevated to second line center tonight with the absence of Gunnar Gustafsson. Othout has an assist on the Hirsch goal. It's the second line out now with the faceoff to the right of Nedorosik.
Draw one that time there by Polipnik on the end wall. Big crash there. A couple players collide. Racing after the puck now. Who's going to get there first? It'll be Moore, but he flips it up into his own bench, and we'll have a faceoff probably inside the zone here. See where they put it. Now they're going to keep it outside the zone, it looks like.
Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson's the right wing on this second line for the Little Falls Flyers. He's a senior. He was our Pizza Ranch player of the game in the 6-1 win against St. Cloud Cathedral a week ago Tuesday. He's got 3 goals in his last 2 games.
Mention the Pizza Ranch. Don't forget, if the Flyers go on the power play, you have a chance to win some pizza from the Pizza Ranch in Little Falls. So far, the penalty doors have not been open tonight.
They're bolted shut.
There's a shot to goal by Kaczynski-Helgeson, and it's 3-0 Little Falls.
Time of the goal, 13:58 of the first period. Good pass came from the end boards. Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson out front to paddle it into the North Star net as the Flyers got it off to the end boards, and you'll see Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson start towards the net.
I think it was Carter Othout might have been behind there.
Othout's got it,
and
then he got it to Gabe Hirsch, and then Hirsch a little dish out front, and Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson finishes it off to give Little Falls a 3-0 lead as Kaczynski-Helgeson gets his 4th goal in his last 3 games.
Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson with an assist to number 9, Gabe Hirsch, and number 22, George Moore. Kaczynski-Helgeson.
So Moore will get the other assist on that one, and it's now 3-0 in favor of Little Falls, with 2:45 to go here in the first period. And here's a chance for Tower Morrison. A backhanded tip. Oh, good job there by Nedorosik to just hold firm, as it looked like he was going to maybe be able to deke out the goaltender. And instead, the goaltender just stood right in the lane, made the save, and we'll draw a faceoff coming up down in the North Star end.
13:58 of the first period, 9th goal of the season for Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson. First assist, Gabe Hirsch. Second assist, George Moore. And for Kaczynski-Helgeson, his 4th goal in his last 3 games. Nice pass from Hirsch. Hirsch has had a good period, a goal and an assist.
Cooper now trying to dig it out of there. Fletcher trying to clear it out, held in by Cray, shot on net. Nedorosik with a save. The 28th shot already. Can they get to 30 here? Still 2 minutes. So we got our first penalty coming up here as Tower Morrison got his stick in there on one of the players. I think that was Dieters. He got upended. And they score into an open net, but once it's touched by the Flyers, it's
second time Bricky shot the puck into the net. Neither time does it count.
Exactly. I think he's going to get one tonight. I'm predicting it.
Time of the minor penalty, 15:01 of the first period. 2 Prairie Center's number 13, to Little Falls is number 13, Tower Morrison. And that puts the North Stars on the power play for the first time here in the first period. 4 power play goals for the North Stars. 2 from Fletcher, 2 from Klein.
12.5%, as you mentioned, 4 of 32. They have given up 3 short-handed goals this year, too, so that's something to watch. Shot comes towards Dane Kuchar, and he holds on for his 4th save. And, you know, as a goaltender, when you don't see a lot of saves or a lot of shots your way, sometimes you got to make sure you keep your head in the game.
Yes. Officially, Tower Morrison for the Little Falls Flyers for tripping at 15:01, North Star power play.
Penalty kill for the Flyers at 81%, 17 to 21 kills this year. So here's an opportunity for Prairie Center to maybe cut this lead to 2. Pass in the slot, intercepted there, and George Moore was trying to flip it down to basically the pass to Philippi. Philippi now has it, clanks that one off the elbow on the outside. A short-handed opportunity. Flyers yet to have a short-handed goal this year. Played to the line, out to center ice it comes. Eli Fletcher now, he'll come across the line. Wrist shot, that one nearly handcuffed Dane, but he makes the save. And we'll hold on with 1:16 to go here in the first. 3-0 Little Falls lead.
Eli Fletcher, the leading scorer for the North Stars, 11 goals, 3 assists for 14 points. Does have 2 power play goals, came motoring into the offensive zone, shot from there, and Kuchar makes his 5th save of the period.
1:18 to go on the penalty time to Tower Morrison. Back to the line it comes, and knocked down here is an opportunity now for Gabe Hirsch. Hirsch coming in, bobbles it a little bit, gets it back to Hayden Johnson. Johnson now on the end wall behind the netminder. Rosick, he gets tripped, and we got a penalty coming up here against the North Stars. And since the penalty is coming up, he figures, I'm going to take another one, or at least a couple more hits. And going to the box, it looks like. That might be hard to read the side number here. What is that? 19? Might be Lambrecht.
It's a tripping minor at 16:04 the first period. That'll even things up 4-on-4 for the remainder of the period. Penalty is assessed to Tanner Lambrecht for tripping.
So Lambrecht goes to the box. We'll skate 4-on-4 here for the rest of the period, barring any other penalties, as we're inside a minute to go here, and a 3-0 lead for Little Falls over Prairie Center. Back to Colton Johnson. Shot taken there. That one redeflected and just wide. Colton Johnson now plays it into the corner. Both out, back to Colton Johnson. Over to Inez. Inez with a wrist shot there. Might have hit the back there of Kaczynski Helgeson. He picks up the puck, gets it back now over to Inez. Now Colton Johnson with it. Passed over to Olthout. Olthout now back to Colton Johnson. Back to Olthout once again. Olthout now going to walk along the goal line extended with a shot. There he scores! And Carter Olthout with his 2nd of the season makes it now 4-1. It's an even strength goal at 4-on-4 with 15.2 seconds to go here in the first.
Really nice move by Carter Olthout as he nets the 4th goal of the first period for the Little Falls Flyers. For Olthout, his 2nd of the season. Received a nice pass from Colton Johnson as we take a look at it here on Flyer Media Productions. Johnson faked it, got it down to Olthout. He dances along the goal line extended and stuffed it into the North Star net.
So we're down to the final 3 seconds. And it looks like the period will come to an end in a 4-0 lead for Little Falls after 1.
Shots on goal, 30 for the Little Falls Flyers, just 5 for the Prairie Center North Stars. I would say a pretty predictable, consistent period for the Little Falls Flyers. Joe Netarosic under siege all period long in the North Star net. He's got to be exhausted. He may need a nap between the first and second period.
Well, I tell you what, 30 shots, I mean, they're on pace right now for 90 shots in the game. Probably won't happen, but I mean, it's going to be a lot of shots here so far in this one tonight.
So Netarosic, I think, had a fairly decent first period. Little Falls had to fight for everything that they got.
Absolutely. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will talk with Tyler Brickey, and then we'll have that first period summary. 1 period complete here from the Exchange Arena tonight. It is Little Falls 4, Prairie Center nothing. You're watching on Flyer Media Productions and listening on Q92 and FallsRadio.com.
When you need quality repair, quality service, the only name to remember is Hilmerson Collision Center. Hi, this is Michelle. Our collision work is always guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. The reason we can do this is because of the great work our team here at Hilmerson Collision Center does. We hope you never get into an accident, but if you do, we're here to help. At Hilmerson Collision Center, quality repair, quality service, guaranteed is not just a slogan, but our promise to you.
Hilmerson Collision Center is looking for full-time auto body technicians. Experience preferred, will train. Stop in today.
Slender Wenner & Company is a regional independent CPA firm dedicated to serving clients with professionalism and integrity. The firm's professional staff's attention to detail and personal touch promote excellent working relationships with their clients. The firm focuses on serving accounting, tax, and business consulting needs of their business, individual, not-for-profit, and governmental clients. Slender Wenner & Company in Albany, St. Cloud, Monticello, Maple Lake, in their new location in Little Falls next to the dam, providing high-quality value, added professional service since 1964. Ron's Oil and Propane is a locally owned family business that provides superior fuel for farms, homes, and businesses. The Schaefer's additive Ron's use will give you the edge for performance and power. Ron's Oil and Propane serving Little Falls, Staples, and Motley area. No hidden fees or charges, just great fuel. Experienced drivers and outstanding customer service. Always competitively priced. Ron's Oil and Propane, 877-256-3680.
Little Falls students are encouraging each other to rise up for mental health. RISE stands for Recognize Your Feelings, Inform Others, Save Time for You, and Exercise Good Habits. 5 great tips for teens to practice self-care for mental health are carving out time every day for your own self-care, exercising, getting restful sleep, talking to your friends, and doing something for someone else. Practicing self-care, interacting with our friends, and helping others are great ways we can all rise up for mental health.
Welcome back to intermission number 1. We continue on with our player profiles. We'll continue on with the senior class, the guy that wears number 16, that being Tyler Brickey. And Tyler, first of all, we chatted last year, so we got to know a little bit more about you. But I guess I got to ask right off the get-go here, coming into your senior year, and in a pandemic, how concerned were you that you were even going to get a chance to play hockey your senior year?
It was a pretty big deal since everything else was like pretty much closed. So, yeah, pretty worried.
What did you do, I guess, over the summer and prior to the season to start to get ready for the season?
Well, I always do the summer hockey that we do at the high school. And, I couldn't really go to the gym because of COVID, so that was pretty sick.
You know, I'm kind of curious how people, since you couldn't go to the gym, were you creative and try to do some other things? Like, and I was even thinking about this the other day, is like, okay, let's go find some cinder blocks and lift those. That's like, you know, at least some weight or that. Was there some creativity that you saw, or maybe you yourself or your teammates did to at least get a little weight room activity while you couldn't be in the weight room?
Well, there was a couple body weight workouts, like push-ups, and you can do squats. And I have like a grip thing that I use.
Okay.
Works out the forearms pretty well.
Your senior year, I guess, this year, what were some of the goals, I guess, Tyler, that you had set for yourself coming in?
I'd probably just be the best player I probably could be.
And I got to believe one of your goals was to maybe get a regular shift on the varsity this year.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good goal to have, too.
And, you know, obviously another goal has to be is scoring a goal, because I know as of now you haven't scored a varsity goal yet, but I'm thinking that might happen tonight. What do you think? You think that's going to happen tonight?
You know, I definitely hope so.
And looking at, obviously, this year, you know, obviously you've been on the third line, you've been moved down to the fourth line, you're back up to the third line tonight. What's it like playing with these guys this year, your line mates?
Well, right now we have Tower on third line, which is new since he's always played defense, which is cool. It's always fun to experience, you know, different people.
Well, I know you like to beat up on guys, and we talked about this last year. You enjoy going out there and knocking a few people around, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I got to ask you one thing. In last year's interview, if you remember, I asked you what you love for food, and you said chips. And I've kind of turned you into, like, the chip guy, I guess. How's the chip eating going? Are you still eating 6 bags a day in your room, or you cut down on that now?
Well, I always keep 2 bags in a room at all times, so not really.
Okay, well, there you go. There's a healthy diet for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I gave you some questions, which I've given all the guys this year. So let's see what your answers are going to be for this. So if you were an animated character, who would you be and why?
Oh, I mean, I don't know this guy's last name, but his name's Issei.
Okay.
And he gets all the women.
Why did I think you were going to say that, especially being a California boy?
Oh, you know me and women just mix very well.
You wish they all could be California, right?
California girls.
There you go. Absolutely. Hey, if you were shipwrecked on a deserted island, and I know you've been to Hawaii before, but obviously Hawaii's not deserted, but if you were on a deserted island, what 2 items would you want to have with you?
I'd want a shovel and let me think. I got to think of a good second one. Shovel and I would want a shovel. I think, I've always wanted a sword, so I'll just take a sword just for fun.
Shovel and a sword. Jamie's probably going right now. My partner's like, what?
I mean, I can explain it if he wants.
Well, explain, absolutely.
Well, a shovel is because, you're going to get pretty lonely, and at some point you're going to be like, dang, I don't want a beer no more. So then I'm going to dig my own grave, right? I'm going to dig it too deep to where I can't get out. I'm just going to sit in there.
All right, and the sword?
You're going to be bored on an island. You got to have something to play with. And what kid doesn't want to have a sword?
True. This is true, I guess. I knew this interview would go off the other end. I just knew it, Tyler. Hey, so I got to ask then. So what do you think your family and friends, how would they describe you then?
I'd say dope and whack.
Oh, man. Do you have a favorite song you listen to prior to competing?
Yeah, it's called Lever Johnny.
All right. I haven't heard that one. Maybe that's Jamie's favorite on his iPad. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's an old sea shanty.
Okay. I'll have to listen to it sometime. And what's your best piece of advice you've gained from your coaches?
Probably just always keep working your hardest.
All right. I think that's a good one. Absolutely. Now, maybe the most serious question we have to ask you, Tyler, is once you've graduated high school at Little Falls, what are your plans afterwards?
Ooh, my thoughts are probably community college at first, so that way I can get my English and math for college-wise done, and that way I can have more time to decide on, like, a career.
Have you decided maybe what kind of career you want yet, or are you still undecided?
Oh, I'm leaning towards animals, something with animals.
Okay. Nice. Well, Tyler, I knew it was going to be an adventure. We got through it, and hopefully you've scored a goal already, too. Congratulations on a great season, and continue the best of luck this year.
Thank you.
Once again, that's the guy that wears number 16. Maybe doesn't have a lot of words, but the words mean something. It's Tyler Bricky.
And a special thanks once again to Tyler Bricky. I tell you, I was nervous when I was doing this interview, Jamie, because I remember we did the one last year, and he was off the wall on some stuff, and he didn't disappoint, that's for sure. And, he should have had a goal here. We had an early whistle, and otherwise he would have had his first career goal.
And then there was a delayed penalty. Of course, next time Little Falls possessed the puck, the play was blown dead, but then Bricky still decided to knock that into an empty net. So he's had 2 that went into the back of the North Stars net, but neither one have registered on the scoreboard.
Well, hopefully.
So we got a shovel and a sword on the deserted island.
Yeah, I guess when he's had enough, he's going to use the shovel.
I guess. Well, we don't know where the deserted island's located, do we?
No, we don't.
Okay, I was just curious. If warmer climate, colder climate?
I'm thinking
probably warmer
Probably
climate.
warmer, yeah,
somewhere similar to a Gilligan's Island type setting.
Yeah, not the like you're going to, you could take a ship, I guess, around the Alaska area or something, it's nice up there, but I don't know if there's many deserted islands up there that you'd want to hang out on. It depends on what time of the year it is. Maybe like 2 weeks ago probably wouldn't have been a good time. It wasn't even good to be here for the last couple of weeks.
It's finally starting to warm up. Yeah. Although it doesn't feel like it in here tonight.
No, actually I feel pretty warm tonight for some reason, so who knows.
Well, that's fine. I'm always the one that's complaining.
All right, let's get a look at the first period summary brought to you by Schlenner, Wenner and Company, and 4 goals to tell us about. Here's Jamie Pettit.
The Little Falls Flyers are 6-1-1 overall this season. They're ranked 4th in the most recent Let's Play Hockey Class A poll. Their opponent, the Prairie Center North Stars, are 2-7. It's a 4-0 lead for Little Falls after 1 period of play. First goal of the first period at 8:53. 10th goal of the season for the sophomore, number 27, Matt Philippi. First assist, Nick Stevens. Second assist, Hayden Johnson. Philippi from Stevens and Johnson, 8:53 of period 1. It gave Little Falls a 1-0 lead. Flyers led 2-0 at 11:23 of the first. Second goal of the season for Gabe Hirsch. First assist, Carter Othoud. Second assist, Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson. Hirsch from Othoud and Kaczynski-Helgeson, 11:23 of period 1. Little Falls had a 2-0 lead. It was 3-0 Little Falls at 13:58. 9th goal of the season for Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson, his 4th goal in his last 3 games. First assist, Gabe Hirsch. Second assist, George Moore. Kaczynski-Helgeson from Hirsch and Moore, 13:58 of the first to give Little Falls a 3-0 lead. Final goal of the first period. Little Falls took a 4-0 lead into the first period intermission with a goal at 16:44, an even strength 4-on-4 goal. Second goal of the season for Carter Othoud. Single assist to the sophomore defenseman, Colton Johnson. Final goal of the first, Othoud from Colton Johnson, 16:44, 4-0 Little Falls. Shots on goal in period 1, 30 for the Flyers, 5 for the North Stars. Dane Kuchar, the senior tending net for the Little Falls Flyers, was 5 of 5. Joe Neterozic, sophomore for the Prairie Center North Stars, was 26 of 30. Both teams have been whistled for a penalty in this game, both 2-minute minor penalties, and there's 1 second remaining in the 2-minute minor to Tower Morrison to start period 2. There is a 1 and 5 seconds remaining on Tanner Lamprecht's tripping minor, and assuming there's no other penalties here to start the second period, Little Falls will go on the power play for the first time to begin the second period once the Morrison minor expires. It's 4-0 Little Falls.
Well, that big game we wanted to check on is the game between Alexandria and Fergus Falls, and after 1 period of play, 2-2 is the score, and looking to see if there's any updates of that, but as of now, that's the last we have, 2-2 after 1 period of play. Looks like Alexandria got out on top 2-0, and Fergus came back with 2 to tie it up.
Yes, I believe the goal scorers for the Fergus Falls Otters are Isaac Johnson and Carter Thielke. Believe the goals scored for the Alexandria Cardinals both came from Gronholtz.
Yep, they did. Gronholtz at 1:17, Gronholtz at 7:33, Isaac Johnson at 9:38, and then the power play goal by Thielke at 15:47 to make it 2-2.
Fergus Falls had a 1-goal win on Tuesday night over St. Cloud Cathedral, and with that win, the Otters have won 8 games in a row. Alexandria comes into that home game tonight with the Otters on a 3-game losing streak.
A couple other scores to pass along here, maybe of some interest, or maybe not, I guess. Gentry Academy 7-1 right now, lead over Otana.
Okay.
So.
I've got a note about Gentry Academy. As we talked about when Little Falls played Gentry Academy on February 4th, the number of penalty minutes that the Gentry Academy Stars had accumulated during the regular season up to that point, well, they're now up to 157 penalty minutes before tonight's game. I still think that's way too much.
That would be, yeah, a lot.
Considering Little Falls has 48 penalty minutes through 8 games.
We'll keep you updated on some scores in the second intermission, plus we'll also take a look more in depth at Class A hockey, and also we'll have the Section 6A look and report too with Mr. Jamie Pettit. All right, 17 minutes on the board. Penalty time just like that expired. Pizza Ranch power play in effect here for the Flyers. If they score on the power play, caller number 2 tonight's going to win some pizza from the Pizza Ranch. Majorly coming into the zone. Passes it back down to the high slot to Moore. Right side. First time we've seen the power play unit out here tonight for the Flyers. One-time shot there by Majorly. That over the cage. Held in on the right wing side that time by Philippi. Gives it to Stevens. Now to Moore. Tipped it down low. Majorly back now to Moore once again with it. Moore running the point this time. Here's a shot there by Majurli. That one goes wide. Picked off the wall here now. Philippi back to Moore. Now Philippi goes into the right circle, down low. Back to Philippi. Shot there, and that one maybe got a piece of that one. Was Nedorosik. Still 17 seconds left on the power play. Coming in now, Philippi over. One-time shot there, and a good save by Nedorosik to rob there an opportunity by Majurli. Moore now, once again with it. 5 seconds left on the Pizza Ranch power play. Moore back now, once again. Turn around there. That was Philippi trying to get it back to Moore. Comes out of the zone, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. So 0 for 1 on that 1-minute power play here for the Flyers. And you know what? They have 18 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock. So
boy,
that's a mess already. So they must have put 20 minutes up there, or 19 minutes.
Yes.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. Now it's gone to, yeah. So it's 18, 31, 32. It's going upwards now.
Oh,
it's going the opposite way.
Well, the malfunction of the clock.
Yeah, we have a clock malfunction.
Complete malfunction of the clock.
I don't know if they know that at all. So they're going to have to look at this. As Tony's pointing it out now as he sees it.
Our linesman tonight's my neighbor, Mac Nelson. He lives a block away from me. I said he could have rode with me. He chose to drive on his own.
So now it's 15:43.
15:43. Clock has been adjusted.
Okay.
Oh, it brings back bad memories. Remember that night at the National Hockey Center?
Yes.
When Little Falls played St. Cloud Tech, and they had the wrong number of minutes to start the period. I think they had 15 minutes instead of 17 minutes.
They did.
And I went down to the scorer's table in between periods, and I said, do you realize that was only a 15-minute period instead of a 17-minute period? And he looks at me and he says, don't tell anybody. I said, it's a little late. We've been on the radio for the entire first period, and I talked about it constantly. It's a little late.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything. I looked at him and I said, it's a little late.
I'm trying to remember what the final score of that game was.
I can probably look it up.
I know you will look it up. I think we won, if I remember right.
I think that's correct. It was I'm going to find it now.
15:15 to go here in the second. 4-0 our score. Oh yeah, I remember that one plain as day because you were like, what's going on here? And you were like, I got to go down there and fix this. Back to the point now it comes. Shot taken there by Colton Johnson. That tips off the stick there of Hoffman. Now played back to the wall. Opportunity there by Inez. Save made there by Nedorosik. And he holds on. And head coach Tony Kuchar said he was going to roll 4 lines, so we got our first look of that 4th line tonight. And Hudson Philippi along with Isaiah Gendro and Jake Chakowski back once again with the Flyers.
Yep, we had to made an adjustment to the roster, added Jake Chakowski. He's on the 4th line tonight.
There's Jake had a goal last year. Couple points for him. Little give and go here. Shot score! And a even strength goal for Robbie Kaczynski Helgeson. They took the first shot. Save was made. Got the rebound right back and put it past the netminder Nedorosik. And it's now 5-0 Little Falls.
Real nice pass from the end boards. It looked like it came from Gabe Hirsch as Robbie Kaczynski Helgeson driving towards the net to give Little Falls a 5-0 lead. And for Robbie Kaczynski Helgeson, it will be his 2nd of the game, 10th of the season.
Cooper faces it off there with Sorensen.
Robbie Kaczynski Helgeson with an assist to number 9, Gabe Hirsch. Number 18, Carter Othau. Kaczynski Helgeson.
So Othout and Hirsch get the assists on the Kaczynski Helgeson goal, and it makes it now 5-0. There's Ben Rexton, he'll play it in, but hit somebody. We'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 14:19 to go here in the second. 5-0 Little Falls.
2:21 of the second period. Little Falls takes a 5-0 lead. 10th goal of the season for Robbie Kaczynski Helgeson. His 2nd of the game. First assist, Gabe Hirsch. 2nd assist, Carter Othout.
Have to watch that clock, make sure it doesn't keep adding stuff again.
How in the world did that happen?
I don't know. Got fixed right away though. Get another whistle, stoppage of play, offsides this time on the Flyers.
Well, I'm going to guess that game against St. Cloud Tech was on January 14th of 2016, and Little Falls beat St. Cloud Tech 2-1.
Okay.
It's the best I can come up with in a pinch.
In a pinch?
Yeah. We can do a little more research on it. Stay tuned. We'll talk about it again in Sartell Saturday night.
Okay.
I'll get an official answer for Saturday night's late night broadcast.
That was no kidding.
We're going to start at like 8:15 or 8:30.
Hopefully they don't kick us out, Here's a chance for Gendro. Oh, what a move by Gendro, and then he deked himself out at the last second as the puck rolled off the tape. Otherwise, he was looking to put his first goal of his career in the net. There's a chance now the other way, and Kucher makes the save. Puck is loose side of the net. Little commotion down there now. And it'll be controlled here by the Flyers and more. Out at center ice it comes. Polipnik now plays it back in. Here's a chance now by Klein. Klein comes in, shoots, he scores! And Brady Klein, the senior, has his 6th of the year and makes it 5-1.
Time of the goal, 3:43 of the second period. Little Falls with trouble in their own zone as they couldn't get it back to center ice.
That was a give up at center.
And a turnover, and Klein comes driving in to beat Kucher, giving Prairie center their first goal of the evening. It's now 5-1 Little Falls.
So Klein, as I mentioned, is 6th of the year, 17th of his career for the senior, coming in with 32 points.
Goal number 12, Brady Klein.
And I think it's going to be unassisted. So Klein unassisted. And it's now a 4-goal lead for the Flyers. 7 shots for Prairie Center, 37 for Little Falls. Here's now Stevens with an opportunity. That clanks off the back after it deflected off of Hoffman. Moore now with it once again. Shot towards the net. Just wanted Nederozic. Picked off the back wall here by Stevens. Stevens on the left side. Gives it now to Moore once again. Moore comes into the slot, takes a shot. Knocked down there by Hoffman. And the loose puck picked up by Christens. Christians dumps it in. He'll go off on a line change. And here's the stretch pass. Wide open is Hayden Johnson. Shot taken there. Nederozic with a save. Opportunity now once again. The give and go. Shot score by Stevens after he got the pass from Matt Philippi. And it's 6-1 Little Falls.
Nice pass from Matt Philippi, and finishing it off for Little Falls is Nick Stevens. Blocker save made by Nederozic. Little Falls has it in the left wing corner. Pass came from Philippi. Stevens stationed mid-slot. Beats Nederozic. It's 6-1 Little Falls.
With 12:17 to go here in the second, and a 5-goal lead once again for the Flyers at 6-1.
Boy, the Flyers are spot on with their passing tonight.
The Flyers, number 33, Nicholas Stevens, with an assist to number 27, Matt Philippi. Stevens.
So Philippi gets the lone assist, Stevens the goal. And his 7th of the year, 35th in his career. That gives him now over 80 points now in his career. Starting to see some of those guys get a little bit closer to that 100-point club. We potentially, if this season goes deep and the guys score a lot of goals, we could have anywhere from 3 to 4 guys to be added to that 100-point club this year. 11:35 to go here in the second. 6-1 Flyers lead. Shots are 40-7 in favor of Little Falls. And Gabe Hirsch now on the end wall. Maneuvering around a stick there nicely are the North Stars, playing out to center ice. Moved ahead to the goal scorer Klein. He lost it. Back the other way now comes Holthout. He'll move it ahead here to Kaczynski Helgeson. He's got a couple of goals. Hirsch flies it over to a wide open corner. Now picked up by Kaczynski Helgeson as he was down on his knees. Played back out to neutral ice. Colton Johnson gets it over to Majerle. And it'll be played out to center. Picked up quickly here by Lembrecht. He's pasted to the wall by Kaczynski Helgeson. Puck stays in. Morrison now with it. Morrison with a tough angle shot. Save made there by Nederozic. And he holds on with 10:47 to go here in the second, 2-1. Make that 6-1 Little Falls.
As the North Stars get on the board at 3:43 of the second period, an unassisted goal for Brady Klein, his 6th of the season, but the Flyers respond a minute later to take a 6-1 lead. 7th goal of the season for Nick Stevens, single assist, Matt Philippi.
Matt Cooper tries to win the draw, take it away there, back the other way, out to center ice. Brady Swanson moved it ahead. Swanson now has it. Played back to the point and able to keep it in there, at least out of the North Stars for a short time. Picked up here by Cooper. Outlet pass to Morrison. Cooper has to go back in his own corner, plays it behind the net. Touched there by Rexted, now back over to Cooper. This is Morrison with it now. Tower Morrison will play it over to Majurley. And Majurley's outlet pass caught there by Cooper. He'll move it ahead, played away by Hoffman. Back out to neutral, Bricky will dump it in. Flyers have to touch up. 10:05 to go here in the second.
Whoa.
And heads up as that one goes over the short glass near the Flyer bench and out of play.
Second period score from Alexandria. It's Fergus Falls 4, Alexandria 2. Second period from the Runestone. Otters have a 4-2 lead as they look to get the winning streak to 9 games.
And avenge
if
that
they can win tonight.
And avenge that early season loss they had. It was at 5-4, right?
In Fergus, yes.
Yep. Well, the Otters, they'll be coming here to Little Falls. As you heard head coach Tony Kuchar said that they'll be coming here. Basically 2 games will be played. You'll have Sunday off and then you come play again on Monday the 8th. And that'll be a pivotal game. That could be, I mean, obviously lots of games in between, but it could be who's going to be the #1 seed in the section.
It's trending in that direction.
It is. And of course the #1 seed, obviously, if you win all your games, you get the home games all the way through, so the championship game would be at your barn. You know, for both teams, they don't want to have to travel that 2-hour drive to either Little Falls or Fergus Falls. So that'll be a huge game if it ends up that way. We'll talk more about that coming up in the second intermission.
A week from tonight, we will be at the Runestone in Alexandria. The Cardinals and the Flyers, the 2 teams tied 3-3 earlier this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big games yet here for the Flyers in the section. Obviously tonight, you get a win here, and then you coming up on Saturday at Sartell. That's a must win, and then you have Wadena, which you got to win there. I mean, you have to win all the section games.
Yep. Coach Kuchar made it quite clear in his post-game comments that Little Falls has to win their section games. That's the focus right now.
I mean, if anything, you could lose all the other games to win your section games, even though you don't want to lose your other games. As we get an icing call coming here, we'll bring it back down into the Flyers end with 8:39. But yeah, conceivably, you win all your section games, you should be the #1 seed.
They do control their own destiny. Face off in the Flyers zone to the right of Dane Kuchar. Dane 6 of 7 tonight in the Flyer net.
6-1 lead for Little Falls. Shots are 41-7 in favor of the Flyers. Flyers have kind of cooled down in the shot category a little bit. They had 30 in the first period, just 11 in this period. As we're halfway through the game now here with 8:30 to go. Opportunity down low there for the North Stars as the shot came from the left side there by Hellman and then ricocheted nearly into the net. Back out to neutral ice. Philippi moves it up to Stevens. Stevens back to Philippi, shoots, scores! Nice play there by Stevens, the speed. Philippi kind of filling in the slot. And Matt has his second of the night, 11th of the year.
As the Flyers go deep into the offensive zone towards the left wing corner, pass came out front, and it's the deposit made into the net of the North Stars by Matt Philippi. Stevens and Philippi on fire tonight for the Flyers.
I think they found a combination there that might be sticking out the rest of the year.
Flyers #27, Matt Philippi, with an assist to #33, Nicholas Stevens. Philippi from Stevens.
So Philippi with his second of the game and 11th of the season. Stevens with the lone assist. How many assists how many points has Stevens had tonight?
I've got Stevens unofficially with 3 points,
okay.
A goal and 2 assists, and I've got Philippi unofficially with 3 points, 2 goals, and an assist.
Stevens now with 82 career points unofficially. You got Gabe Hirsch with a couple of points tonight too. He's in that 80 category. Gunnar Gustafson almost with 70 points. He's got 69. Of course, out tonight, but hopefully we'll be back in the lineup again coming up on Saturday. There's a chance now once again for the Flyers, and Bricky spends this one. It goes off the pad there of Nedorozek. Trying to be tracked down there by Morrison, and back out to center ice it comes. Christians will dump it in. They'll go off on a line change. 7:12 to go here in the second, and the Flyers lead 7-1. Flyers had a 5-0 lead. That was interrupted by a Klein goal. Now they've scored the last two to make it 7-1. Back to the point. Shot on the netminder Kucher, and that one kind of handcuffed him a little bit. Makes the save. Ricky trying to clear it out to center ice. Still held in on the backhand attempt there by Klein in the corner. Cray has it now. He'll play it over to Moore. Moore sends it around the boards all the way down. An icing call coming up here. With 6:38 to go in the second, 7-1 Little Falls.
Official scoring on Little Falls is 7th of the night, 8:55 in the second period. Second of the game for Matt Philippi, his 11th of the season. Single assist to Nick Stevens.
Head coach Tony Kucher down here having some coaching instructions. And of course, you know, have a 6-goal lead, he's still coaching. He wants everything out of him. I think that's the thing that he said in the interview too. At times he wasn't happy. You know, he wanted more out of him, and I think now he's starting to find that balance with this team, and they're coming tonight with 7 goals already here as we played a little over 20-some minutes of hockey.
The break came at an unfortunate time. They had the big win against St. Cloud Cathedral last Tuesday in St. Cloud, 6-1. They broke the 10-game losing streak against the Crusaders. I'm sure they would love to have played within the next 2 or 3 days after that, but the schedule didn't work out that way.
Shot taken there by Inez. Pinballs around. Puck is loose. It's in the blue paint. Nedorozek jumps on it. And it doesn't go past the red line. As we get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 6:11 to go here in the second. 7-1 Little Falls.
Well, Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson's got a couple goals for the Little Falls Flyers. He was down flat on his back right in front of Nedorozek, in front of the Prairie Center North Star net. He was kind of surrounded by his teammates and a few of the North Stars as he finally makes his way back to the Flyer bench.
Stevens gets it back now to Inez. Inez goes in the corner, sends that one right across the goal mouth. Colton Johnson trying to get over to brother Hayden. It's pipped out to center ice there by Christians. And it'll be picked up here by Colton Johnson. Pass too strong to brother Hayden. Right below us here now. Out at center ice. Colton tied up there. Things looking a little more physical here. We haven't had many penalties in this one tonight. And there's a big hit as the door has come open on the players bench for the Flyers as Hayden Johnson nearly got a seat there by Tanner Lambrecht.
Be careful.
Somebody's got to latch that door.
Those doors pop open.
Yeah. Who's in charge of that door?
Bob Stark. I just threw that out. I might be criticized for that, but we're gonna say that that's Bob's responsibility.
That's not his responsibility,
yeah,
because
you
know, he's in charge of the defense, and they're on this end here, so because the defense is always
all right. Well,
you know, so
that was improper speculation on my part.
I'll let him know that, by the way, too.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Back out to center.
My phone will light up tomorrow morning.
7-1 is their score. Flyers lead. Chakowski, backhand attempt. Tried to get it to Hudson Philippi, and this will flip up into the crowd, heads up, and out of play. Of course, got a few more spectators here tonight.
Yep, maximum capacity of, I think, 200 here in Little Falls tonight.
5:08 to go here in the second. 7-1 is our score.
Another update from Alexandria. It's 5-2 Fergus Falls.
Wow.
5-2 lead for Fergus Falls in Alexandria.
You know, and we could talk about this in the second intermission, but we can start the conversation now. Are you surprised on the play of Alexandria this year? With the number of losses they had. Tip there just wide. A golden opportunity there for Morrison.
I'm surprised after they tied the Little Falls Flyers, because my comment that during that afternoon game was that I thought Alexandria was better than I expected them to be. And now since that point, they've been on a 3-game losing streak. So Not in good shape are the Alexandria Cardinals, down 5-2 against Fergus Falls, and they could be on their way to their 4th consecutive loss. Of course, they've got another period to play, but not a good sign for Alexandria. They tied Little Falls, then they beat Wilmer 8-0, and then 3 consecutive losses to Bemidji, St. Cloud, and Brainerd.
You know, and obviously they beat Fergus Falls, but it was early in the season. And it seems like a lot of the weight normally goes to that second game, if there is a second game, because it's closer to what the playoff time would be. So you wonder if Fergus Falls wins this, and wins this maybe in convincing fashion, that all of a sudden now the Cardinals, which were thinking they'd be a #1 seed, which there's still lots of hockey yet to be played, now is wondering, are we going to even be a top 4 seed?
Well, I think they'll be in the top 4.
Well, you had Sartell and you got Cathedral that still say, well, maybe not.
And St. Cloud Cathedral and Alexandria play Saturday.
Exactly. And that's going to be a big game. Of course, it always is, but it'll be even more important just to maybe sure getting a home game in the first round of the playoffs or the quarterfinals. Out to center ice it comes now. I mean, when's the last time you've seen Cathedral have to be on the road for a quarterfinal game? You'll have to check that out. 3:15 to go here in the second. 7-1 is our score. As the Flyers leading, shots are 46-10. 16 more shots this period for Little Falls, as they had 30 in the first period. This will go back. Dane Kuchar going to pick it up. He'll swing it out to center. 3 Flyers were wide open. Now coming across the line, Oath out his shot. Nedorosik makes the save. But you had Hirsch, Kaczynski, Helgeson, and Oath out just waiting for that pass from Kuchar. Kaczynski, Helgeson passes over now to Majorly, and that goes over the tape there of George Moore, and he'll go have to pick it up. Moore now over to Majorly. Joe gets it back to George. Moore will try to clear it out. Here's Stevens now back in his own end. He'll play it over to Majorly. Rink wide pass caught here by Philippi. Maybe the hat trick coming. Shot taken there, he clanked it off the crossbar. He had it eyed up, he was ready for it. And he got all of that crossbar. Big shot there, Nedorosik with a save.
John Williams got drilled in the midsection by that George Moore shot.
Now an opportunity there. That's the one thing they said, that on the power play you noticed that Moore was on the point. He's got
he's got one of the best shots on the Flyers team.
Absolutely, and that's Williams just found out about it. Out at center ice now, picked up here by Stevens. He has to put on the brakes to let his line mate Philippi exit. Now coming in here, this is Hayden Johnson. 1:39 to go here in the second. Philippi now passes it all the way too strong for Inez, and Marshall will pick up the loose puck at center. Pass over now to Johnson. Trying to clear it out of the zone this time. That time was Lambrecht. Lost the puck there to Philippi. Collision in the corners. A couple players going down. Lambrecht on his knees trying to clear it out. Picked up. That was Hoffman actually. Shot there. Score by Philippi. And Matt Philippi, I believe, has his very first hat trick of his career.
We can look that up in between periods, but it is a hat trick for Matt Philippi as he blasts the shot past Nedorosik in the North Star net. High slot shot from Philippi, his 3rd of the game, 12th of the season. It's 8-1 Little Falls.
And for Matt Philippi, he's got 28 goals in his career as a sophomore, as he continues to climb the charts, as he's got lots of playing time left, and now an 8-1 lead with a minute yet to go here.
3rd goal of the game. Number 27, Matt Philippi, with an assist to number 19, Hayden Johnson. Number 33, Nicholas Stevens.
So Stevens and Johnson get the assist. The goal scored by Philippi is 3rd of the night. And the second hat trick, I believe, of the season for the Flyers. Here's now, I believe that's Tchaikovsky. It is, and Nedorosik makes the save, and then Tchaikovsky, after the whistle, tried to pop it in as it does come across the line, but it won't count. And 34.2 seconds to go here in the second. 8-1 Little Falls.
15:48 of the second period. Little Falls takes an 8-1 lead. Third of the game for Matt Philippi, his 12th of the season. First assist, Hayden Johnson. Second assist, Nick Stevens. That's the playmaker for Stevens. 3 assists.
And the stop play here. Didn't like the face-off. Your neighbor must have faced it off too quickly.
Mac Nelson dropped the puck too early. We're going to probably talk tomorrow, and I'll critique how he did tonight.
Okay.
I'll make a note.
Tied up in the circle right now is Gendro with one of the North Star players. That North Star player is tied up with Sorensen. Laid back out to center ice. 18 seconds left to go here. Flyers are just shy of 50 shots. They're at 49 here. 19 more in the period, and we'll get a whistle, stop play, as the puck underneath one of the Prairie Center North Stars on the ice with 10.3 to go.
And I can officially tell you that that is the first varsity hat trick for Matt Philippi. He's just a sophomore, but this is his third varsity season, so his first hat trick at the varsity level.
Face off just outside the Prairie Center blue line. Eli Fletcher trying to move it forward. Inez has it, dumped in. Going after it, first to be touched there by Hoffman, bumped up along the wall there. And at the end there, Chakowski got hit by Lambrecht because he didn't like the way that he had hit Hoffman into the boards. And that'll end the period. 8-1, Little Falls leads.
4 goals for Little Falls in the first period, 4 goals in the second period, a single goal for Prairie Center in period 2 as Little Falls takes an 8-1 lead into the second period intermission. Shots are 49-10 in the Little Falls Flyers' favor. 30 shots for Little Falls in the first period, 19 in the second for Prairie Center, 5 in the first, 5 in the second. Again, another busy period for Joe Nedorozic, the sophomore in the North Star net, but Little Falls has got off to a good start in the first period, and that continued in the second.
Well, it's a good thing we might not have an interview here in the second intermission because you're going to have all that time to get all our scoring done here. 8-1 is our score. Little Falls leads. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second period summary and some Section 6A chatter. That coming up next year on Flyer Media Productions, fallsradio.com, and Q92.
Have you been to Rudolph Auto Solutions yet? Rudolph Auto Solutions is your complete auto solution. From a state-of-the-art service department and detailing department to a great selection of new and used vehicles. Certified used, that is. And if we don't have it, we'll find it. That's my promise to you. Clean up, fix up, or trade up, we are your auto solution. Stop in and see us today. Rudolph Auto Solutions at the intersection of Highway 27 and Highway 10 in Little Falls, or check us out online at rudolphautosolutions.net.
When you need your garbage removed, call Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Locally owned and operated, Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse is ready to pick up your garbage and save you money. No administrative fees, no contracts. They offer both commercial and residential service. Whether you need a roll-off, dumpster, or can, call them today at 320-632-5212. That's 632-5212. Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Living and working with you in your community. Are you in the mood for remodeling your floors? WeCheck Floors and More have top brands of carpeting, hardwood, laminate, tile, rugs, blinds, and more. If you're not able to come into WeCheck Floors and More, they'll come to you with the latest and newest styles of flooring. WeCheck Floors and More are the flooring experts. Call today for a free estimate and consultation. 632-4201 or stop into their showroom, which is at 50 East Broadway in Little Falls.
Let us floor you. Let us floor you. WeCheck Floors and More.
Fight back winter's harsh elements with multiple snow removal attachments and factory cab options on a new John Deere compact utility tractor sold at Midwest Machinery Company. Own a versatile compact tractor with 0 down and 0% financing for 60 months. Save even more with additional discounts and implement bonuses. All compact tractors are backed by a 6-year powertrain warranty. Check one out at Midwest Machinery in Little Falls and MidwestMachineryCo.com. Financing approval through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends February 28, 2021.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back to the Exchange Arena. 2 periods complete. Our score, Little Falls leading Prairie Center 8-1. And let's get right away to that scoring summary, which is brought to you by Schlenner, Wenner & Company. Here's Jamie Pettit.
The Little Falls Flyers had a 4-0 lead after one period of play. Shots on goal in the first 30 for Little Falls, 5 for Prairie Center. In period 2, Little Falls starts the scoring at 2:21 to give the Little Falls Flyers a 5-0 lead. As we look at the replays here on Flyer Media Productions, it's Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson that's going to net his 10th goal of the season. Great pass from Robbie Kaczynski-Helgeson is able to stuff it past Joe Netarozic in the Prairie Center North Star net to give Little Falls a 5-0 lead. Officially it reads Kaczynski-Helgeson from Hershey and oath out at 2:21 of the second. North Stars get their first goal of the night at 3:43 of the second. It's an unassisted goal for Brady Klein as the Flyers gave the puck up in the neutral zone, and it was Klein driving in along the left side to beat Dane Kuchar. First of the night for Prairie Center, 6th of the season for Brady Klein. It was 5-1 Little Falls. Little Falls takes a 6-1 lead at 4:43 of period 2. This is going to be a Nick Stevens goal. Shot taken there by Hayden Johnson. Little Falls retrieves the puck in the left wing corner. Pass came from Matt Philippi to Nick Stevens and into the back of the North Star net. Flyers took a 6-1 lead, and that will read Stevens from Philippi and Hayden Johnson at 4:43 of the second. Little Falls takes a 7-1 lead at 8:55 of period 2. It's going to be the second of the night from Matt Philippi. They bump it up ahead to Stevens. He'll make the pass to Philippi as Philippi gets Netarozic for his second of the game, 11th of the season. Officially at 8:55 of the second period, it's Philippi from Stevens, and it was 7-1 Little Falls. Final goal of the second period, giving Little Falls an 8-1 lead at 15:48. It's going to be the hat trick for Matt Philippi. Philippi gets it top of the right face-off circle, kind of drifts towards the mid slot, takes the shot from there that beats Netarozic. 8-1 Little Falls. Goals 10, 11, and 12 for Matt Philippi. First assist, Hayden Johnson. Second assist, Nick Stevens. Nick Stevens has a playmaker for the Little Falls Flyers. Again, these stats are unofficial. We'll take a little closer look after the game to see if there's any changes. But I've got Matt Philippi with the hat trick. That's his first varsity hat trick. Matt Philippi's just a sophomore, but he's playing his third varsity season. 8-1 Little Falls leads the Prairie Center North Stars after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal in the second. 19 for the Little Falls Flyers, 5 for the North Stars. Through 2 periods, Little Falls has a 49-10 shots on goal advantage. Dane Kuchar tending net for the Little Falls Flyers. In period 2, Kuchar 4 of 5. Kuchar through 2 periods, 9 of 10. Joe Netarozic, sophomore goaltender for the Prairie Center North Stars. In period 2, Netarozic 15 of 19. Netarozic through 2 periods, 41 of 49. Did not have any penalties in period 2. Both teams were whistled for a 2-minute minor back in period 1, and both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. Little Falls is 6-1-1 this season. Prairie Center is 2-7. 2 periods complete on a Thursday night from the Exchange Arena, and it's Little Falls dominating with an 8-1 lead.
And once again, our summary brought to you by Schlenner, Wenner & Company. Of course, their office down by the dam. And of course, you can stop in and see Brian and the rest of the staff down there, as it is tax season now. Score update after 2 periods of play in Alexandria. It's all Fergus Falls. We talked about this. The Cardinals had jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Since then, it's 6 unanswered Otter goals. They lead 6-2 after 2 periods of play. In that second period, you had goals scored by Andrews, a couple more scored by Isaac Young with 2, and Isaac Johnson had 1 in that period to make it a 6-2 score. In fact, even a goalie change in that one as Pfeiffer started the goal in as he'll come into the third period. So 6-2 the score in that one. Shots right now 26-13 in favor of the Otters, and once again they lead on the scoreboard 6-2.
I've got a couple sources checking in with me that are familiar with that game tonight, and I'm being told that Alexandria is being dominated by the Fergus Falls Otters.
Very interesting, that's for sure. A final, Gentry Academy, they win 8-1. They're now 10-0 on the year. They're going to take some time off, and their next game doesn't come up till the 27th against Minneapolis. So a 10-0 start for the Stars of Gentry Academy. Warroad and Roseau in that battle, the second battle of the season. Warroad leading Roseau by a score of 3-2 after 2 periods of play. Brainerd taking on St. Cloud, 1-0 Brainerd leading, and that's after 2 periods of play in that one. And it's all been East Grand Forks. They lead 7-0 over Detroit Lakes in that one. Those are some of the scores that I have.
Scrolling through to see if I could find anything on Bemidji and River Lakes, as the Bemidji Lumberjacks are hosting River Lakes tonight.
One other one, I do have a final. Northern Lakes 10, Becker Big Lake nothing.
Well, Northern Lakes is ranked in the top 10. They are the number 10 rated team in the most recent Class A Let's Play Hockey poll, and Little Falls will play Northern Lakes on March 2nd. March 2nd, Northern Lakes is here at the Exchange Arena. If you look at the Little Falls Flyers schedule, 6 of their last 7 games are against ranked opponents. Alexandria, Northern Lakes, Dodge County, Duluth-Denfeld, Fergus Falls, and Warroad. The only team in those last 7 that's not ranked is River Lakes, and of course that's never easy for Little Falls.
No, it's not. And taking a look at the top 10 rankings in Class A hockey, Hermantown 1, Gentry 2, Matamidi 3, Little Falls 4, East Grand Forks rounds out the top 5, Warroad 6, Duluth-Denfeld 7, Fergus Falls 8, Alexandria 9, and Northern Lakes rounds out the top 10. Let's get a quick check here on Section 6A, kind of the midway point. Your comments about how the section's kind of shaking, but I think the one question is Alexandria. They're the one that I think is maybe the disappointment, I guess, so far, or the surprise of maybe not having as many wins as they could have had.
Alexandria and Little Falls tied on January 30th, 3-3 in overtime here at the Exchange Arena, and I made the comment at the time that I felt the Alexandria Cardinals were better than I expected. I had Little Falls, Alexandria, Fergus Falls, St. Cloud Cathedral, and Sartell. Alexandria is going to probably need to beat Little Falls if they're going to get into the top 2. When the 2 teams play next week, with this loss to Fergus Falls, of course they have a game with St. Cloud Cathedral on Saturday. They have a game later this season, 23rd of March against Sartell. But Alexandria is in a spot right now where they're going to need to beat St. Cloud Cathedral, they're going to need to beat Sartell, and maybe beat Little Falls if they want to find themselves in the top 2. Otherwise, 3 might be the best they can do.
You know, and I mentioned it in our second period as it was going on, St. Cloud Cathedral. You know, they're a team that sits at 4-5, 3-1 in the section, but obviously they have games against Fergus Falls coming up as that'll be coming up Saturday, Alexandria, and then also Sartell yet. So, you know, if the Crusaders by chance would lose all 3 games, there's an outside chance they could be a 5 seed. I mean, very well.
Yeah, they could drop down to a 5. I think the biggest game for the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders might be the game on March 11th when they play at Sartell. It was a nail-biter on Tuesday night as Fergus Falls beat St. Cloud Cathedral by a goal. I'm told that the Crusaders might have sustained a couple injuries in that game, which could be tough for them going forward. But 2 years ago, St. Cloud Cathedral won the Class A state championship. Last year, they took the 3rd place trophy. So don't overlook Derek Brown's St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. Little Falls and St. Cloud Cathedral, if you take out the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of that game a week ago Tuesday, where Little Falls had a 3-0 lead, Flyers went on to a 6-1 win. St. Cloud Cathedral played with the Little Falls Flyers in particular in the 3rd period, so it wasn't as if they just rolled over.
You know, I had a chance to watch the Sartell-Brainerd game, and I guess the one thing about with the pandemic is now all the games, like head coach Tony Kuchar said, you can watch them and replay them too.
For the most part, you can find games. There's some rare exceptions where you might not find a live stream of a game, but it is unique where on nights that I'm not doing radio or Flyer Media Productions for Little Falls or Wadena, and that I'm at home sitting at the hockey desk watching a high school game.
What I was going to say about that game, though, is Brainerd outshot Sartell in the game, but Sartell won that game, and when I was watching it, it didn't even look like Brainerd was out shooting them. So, and of course the Sartell Sabres, the next opponent that the Flyers have, and the Flyers have a hard time playing at Burnix Pepsi Arena. They don't win a lot of games there. All right, third period is underway. The goal differential is 7. 6 or more means running time third period. So there'll be running time here as we have our first whistle with 16:30 and counting as that one goes into the safety netting out of play. Looks like they'll bring it outside the zone maybe here too. Well, looks like it's going to stay and say the last touch by the North Stars.
I think it must have been off the North Stars as they'll keep that face off to the right of Netarozik.
Just a reminder, listen to Flyer Hockey here on Q92 WYRQ Little Falls, streaming online at fallsradio.com. And also watching on Flyer Media Productions. James Hershey along with Jamie Pettit, Christina, our game engineer. Don't forget, on Saturday, it'll be radio only as the Flyers will take on Sartell. That is an 8 o'clock start, 7:30 pregame on Q92 and streaming online at fallsradio.com. Bricky trying to get that first goal, and now gets it over to Cooper. Matt Cooper looking for his first varsity goal. So is Colin Cray, and a quick shot there on the backhand. And then Rosick makes the save and holds on.
Colin Cray kind of sneaking down between the hash marks. His backhand was on, and Netarozik makes the save. 51 shots on goal for the Little Falls Flyers, just 10 for the North Stars.
I think we're going to see a lot of that third and fourth line out here in the third period. And head coach Tony Kuchar obviously had talked about this in the pregame show, and we've even talked about it too, about kind of the last couple of games the Flyers kind of coasted in the third period. They have a 7-goal lead, but you still want to get the most and get some playing time out of these kids that maybe don't get as much playing time.
They beat Mound West Tonka, did the Little Falls Flyers on February 6th, 3-2. They beat St. Cloud Cathedral on February 9th, 6-1, and as we talked about earlier, they put it on cruise control in the third period in both those games. Now tonight, a little different story. They can put it on cruise control in period 3, up 7 goals, but they won't be able to do that on Saturday night against the Sartell Sabres.
Out at center ice, Williams trying to move it forward. Puck touch there by Colton Johnson. Little touch there to Gendro. Shot taken there by Philippi, that being Hudson Philippi. And that one goes wide. Hudson picks it up, fires a shot. Netarozik with the save. I suppose Hudson's going, well, my cousin's got a hat trick, so I might as well score, right? Chance down low, shot taken there. And nearly tipped in there by Chakowski. His first game Jake's played this year with the Flyers. And down to 14 minutes to go here in the third. Shots are 54-10. And an 8-1 lead here for Little Falls. Chakowski out to Gendro. Gendro now trying to get it over to Kaczynski Helgeson. Helgeson comes in the corner, bumped off the play there by Hoffman. Kaczynski Helgeson's got a couple of goals. He's looking for a hat trick too tonight. Played around now in the corner, touched by Olthout. Now to Inez. Inez with a shot. That one just goes wide. Held in at the left point by Majorly. Back over to Kaczynski Helgeson. Bumped off the play that time by Sorensen. Kaczynski Helgeson still playing the puck as he was laying down face first, and this will be cleared the length of the ice. Icing coming up here on Prairie Center.
Face off deep in the North Star zone to the right of Netarozik. Little Falls' forward line of Olthout, Robbie Kaczynski Helgeson, Gabe Hirsch. Gabe Hirsch and Kaczynski Helgeson are the seniors. Olthout, the freshman. Olthout getting a chance to center this line with the absence of Gunnar Gustafson tonight.
Boys basketball final tonight as the battle of, I guess, Morrison County, as Piers defeated Little Falls 54-44 in boys basketball tonight in Piers.
Good shot from Marshall Inez just inside the blue line from the left point, and Netarozik makes one more save for the North Stars. Netarozik has faced 55 shots. He's made 47 saves, if my math is correct.
That's a lot of rubber going his way tonight. Draw one here. Williams has it on his own end. Gets bumped off there by Cooper. Cooper tries to pick up the loose puck. Morrison in there. Now it's played up and into the North Star bench, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 12:05 and counting here in that 8-1 lead for Little Falls.
North Stars will have a week off after tonight. They will be on the road at Detroit Lakes on February 25th. This is the first of 6 consecutive games on the road for Prairie Center. And of course, the next game for Little Falls will be Saturday at Sartell. They'll have a home game on Tuesday, the 23rd of February against Wadena Deer Creek, and a week from tonight at Alexandria against the Cardinals.
Here's Prairie with a shot after he got the draw win there from Stevens. Picked up now here by Philippi. Nice pass down to Stevens, just out of his reach. Stevens has it in the corner. Back now off the wall to Moore. Touched here by Cray, back to Moore. Given the corner now, goes off a skate. Little give and go there. Shots! Oh, I looked like it was going in.
The rebound,
and now
Stevens.
it does go in. As the first shot looked like it must have hit the crossbar by Philippi, but Stevens was there to pick up the rebound and deposit it in to make it 9-1.
It's going to be the second goal of the game for Nick Stevens as Little Falls just buzzing the North Star net.
Yeah, it did just hit below the crossbar and it popped right out, and Stevens was there.
Yep, Stevens was there to put it in for his second of the game, and unofficially I've got Stevens with 5 points. Philippi definitely will receive an assist. He's also got a 5-point night.
And it's 9-1 Little Falls, and back on the attack again. Here's Gendro, passes over, and that's Chakowski, and he shoots, he scores!
Stevens with an assist, number 19, Hayden Johnson, and 27, Matt Philippi. Stevens, Johnson, Philippi.
And Jake Chakowski, welcome back.
As the Flyers take it down the right wing boards, good pass as Chakowski did exactly what he was taught to do when he was a Mite, drive hard to the net. Pass came at the most opportune time, and Chakowski took advantage of it.
I think that's his second career varsity goal, I believe. He had one last year, and it's now 10-1 in favor of the Flyers.
Jake Chakowski with an assist to number 10, Isaiah Gendro with number 11. Hudson Philippi.
So Gendro and Philippi getting some points, and for both of those, Gendro and Philippi, their first varsity points with a couple of assists. So we're seeing some firsts tonight. We've got the first hat trick by Matt Philippi, now first points scored by Isaiah Gendro and Hudson Philippi at the varsity level for the junior and the sophomore. Hudson Philippi now with it. They'll play it off the wall. And this will be an icing call coming up here with 9:15 and counting. And you're running out of room on the score sheet yet?
Nope, still got a little space. It's definitely been quiet in the penalty department. Just one penalty for Little Falls and one for the Prairie Center North Stars. But Little Falls has 2 here in the third period. The first at 5:10. Again, it's running time, so this is approximate. 5:10 of the third period. Nick Stevens, his second of the game, 8th of the season. First assist, Matt Philippi. Second assist, Hayden Johnson. And then at 6:30 of the third period, first of the season for Jake Chakowski. First assist, Isaiah Gendro. Second assist, Hudson Philippi.
Played out to center ice here by the Flyers. They'll chase after it. Williams going back. Hirsch trying to get there first. Williams plays it to the line. Held in by Majerle, got some help there from Olthout, now picked up by Hirsch. Plays down, give and go. That was Kaczynski Helgeson back to Hirsch. Hirsch then is sandwiched into the corner by a couple of North Stars. Shot taken there by Inez. That one goes off the back wall. Picked up by Olthout. Trying to get it to Kaczynski Helgeson. Back now to the left point, here to Majerle. 8:10 to go here in the third. 10-1 Little Falls leads, as the Flyers going to pick up their 7th win of the season. Shot taken there, hit traffic in front, right back though to Majerle, fires a shot, that one just wide. And held in at the right point here by Inez. Played out by Polipnik. Knocked down here by Majerle, gets back up, he'll dump it in towards the netminder. And that is Williams now with it first. He'll play it to the line, not out. Picked up by Majerle. Back now over to Othod on the half wall. Gives it to Kaczynski Helgeson. Kaczynski Helgeson tried to pass over to Moore, way too strong, comes outside the zone. 60 shots for the Flyers, 10 for the North Stars, and our score 10-1 right now. Little Falls in running time with 7:24 to go. Flyers back on the attack. Moore goes behind the net, lost it for a second, has it in the corner, gives it now to Matt Cooper. Cooper on the end wall, plays it back now to Moore, shot on net, Nedorosik with the save. And he holds on.
Flyer defensemen have been active tonight, not afraid to jump up into the play. George Moore there deep in the left face-off circle. Took the shot from there. Netorozic, another save. 10-1. The Little Falls Flyers have the lead. 61-10. The shots on goal.
Face-off coming in that left circle. Stevens back out there, along with Sorensen. Stevens wins the draw right back to George Moore. Shot on net. Netorozic with the save. As Stevens crashing the net.
It wasn't easy. No surprise, Nick Stevens hanging around near the goaltender. George Moore takes the shot. Stevens was there just waiting for a rebound, looking to pounce, but Netorozic didn't give it up.
Face off in that same circle once again. This time it'll be Cooper wins the draw, gets it back to Moore. Moore gives it now off there to Bricky. Tyler Bricky with a shot, save made there. That was looking to go to the back of the net. And holding on is Netorozic.
Well, we're going to hit 6 minutes to go in the third period. And when the clock reads 6 minutes, which it does right now, Dane Kuchar in his third varsity season has now played 3,000 minutes. Congratulations, as Dane Kuchar has now played more than 3,000 minutes in the Little Falls Flyers net.
And he's still in net there with the 10-1 lead.
He needed to play 45 minutes tonight, and he's done that.
There he goes. Gendro now with it. He's got his first varsity assist. Gendro tied up a little bit. Plays it back into the corner. Chakowski in his first game back in a Flyer uniform's got a goal. Chakowski tied up along the wall. Now here's Hudson Philippi. Philippi with an opportunity there. Chance down low. Quick shot taken there, as that was Ben Rexdad looking for his first varsity goal. Shot on net. Save made once again there by Netorozic. In the corner, cleared out and goes off the skate. This should be, well, they'll wave off the icing as Dane will play it. With 5 minutes to go here in the contest. 64 shots for the Flyers. When's the last time we saw 64 shots? It's been a while. You have to let me know if the Flyers have gotten 70.
I don't know about 70. I'll have to get one of my charts out here.
Yeah. Now there's,
I'm using the book a lot tonight. You've asked a lot of questions.
You know, I do ask a lot of questions. It's kind of my job, right? Bricky plays it over to Maturely, sends it in. Somebody lost a glove out there. We have a glove in the corner. I think it's one of the North Stars. 4:18 to go in the third. And a 10-1 lead for Little Falls. Tipped ahead here by Cooper. They'll race after it. Off to avoid the glove. First to get there is Williams. Morrison back there. Played back to the point. Inez holds it in. Left point comes in the left half wall. Bumped off the puck there by Williams. Now a backhand attempt there towards the net. That time Morrison. It comes all the way back out to Dane Kuchar.
I'm going to defer, and we'll use that as a homework assignment tonight.
Sounds good.
Check in on Saturday.
All right. Well, you got to have a, you know, find out what's happening, you know. You're teasing our audience.
I'm going to have to go back through the audio and find out all my homework assignments. I have a feeling there's more than a few.
That's all right. 3:30 to go here in the third. Played to the line, held in there for a short time by Hoffman. And then it'll be sent the length of the ice. So glove down here now right at the North Star blue line there by Dieters. Back in the Prairie center end, Hoffman goes back. He'll go behind his netminder. And this will be moved ahead. We haven't had a whistle for a while because the glove's still in the corner there. Somebody's missing a glove. Picked up here. I'll be putting the lost and found. Wesley will have to put it in there soon. Going back now, here's an opportunity for the Flyers once again coming in, as that was Chakowski. He's already got a goal tonight. Cray over now to Moore. Moore back to Cray. Cray with a shot goes off a stick, and there's our whistle finally. So we'll find out whose glove that is.
Well, it may not be a homework assignment for me Saturday night because I've got an astute viewer that's reliable, that is checking in, telling me that in 2009 at Long Prairie, Little Falls had 70-plus shots and a 4-0 win. 2009 in Long Prairie, a 4-0 win, 70-plus shots. reliable source.
Yeah, I'm going to have to remember if I did that game. I think I might have been there. They did that game. In the little perch there in the Todd County Expo Arena.
I've got a story there, too.
Oh, we got a story. We got locked into the place.
We did. But I've told this story before, and I know we should not have done what we did, but I had a broadcast partner in Wadena, and we couldn't call out on that line. So the way we got out was he called 911. Now, don't do this at home. That was not the correct thing to do. Under no circumstances was that okay. However, he knew the dispatcher that picked up the phone. I didn't do it, but I guess I was a partner in that.
Do you feel guilty to this day?
No, I don't.
Okay,
no.
I was going to say, it seems like you have guilt.
I don't. I just don't want to cause any trouble. I mean, I want to point out that is not okay.
Just in case you're going to run for office or something, right?
Yes,
in the future for
Yeah.
anything. I mean, if there's somebody that's going to run for office, you're going to have the most squeaky clean record of anybody. Okay.
Not necessarily.
Inside of 50 seconds to go
I think the
here.
statute of limitations has run out on that. And I do have a source I can check on that after the game. But I was a little uncomfortable at the time. I said, I don't think we should be doing this. And he said, don't worry, it'll be okay. And it worked out.
I've said that a few times. Don't worry, it'll be okay, but I haven't done that. So
well, you're a bad influence at times.
I was going to say the statute of limitations might have exceeded for your jaywalking maybe in Wadena when you were a kid, huh?
Could have.
Down to the final 15 seconds left to go here in this one. 10-1 is our score. Flyers lead. Play to the line, still held in there by Rexstead. In the corner now, this is Cray. Loose puck picked up, and it's Rexstead still with it. There's the horn, and it's a final. All Little Falls tonight in this one. Little Falls 10, Prairie Center 1.
66 shots on goal for the Little Falls Flyers, 11 for the Prairie Center North Stars, as Little Falls gets 4 in the first, 4 in the second. They add 2 more in the third, and the Little Falls Flyers skate to an easy 10-1 win. They improve to 7-1-1. With the loss, the North Stars are 2-8. Next game for the Little Falls Flyers, Saturday night on the road at Sartell.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach Tony Kuchar, and we'll wrap things up once again. 10-1 is our score. You're watching Flyer Media Productions and listening on Q92 and FallsRadio.com.
After an accident, it's nice to know where to go. Peterson Body Shop has loaner cars, a lifetime guarantee on workmanship and paint. They work with all insurance companies and repair all makes of vehicles. Remember, it's your insurance, your vehicle, so get the repairs done where you want. Peterson Body Shop is known for quality work in the Little Falls area since 1963. Give them a call at 632-6156. Peterson Body Shop, Highway 27 West, Little Falls. Your best decision after a collision. Just ask your neighbors.
I'm Katie Jackson, the home mortgage specialist for Pine Country Bank. I'm Cheryl Pluff, and I'm the loan processor. We try to make the mortgage process as easy as we can. We will take an application over the phone. We will take an application in person, and we communicate with the borrowers in any way that they choose to communicate. Sometimes that might be email, sometimes that might be a text message, and sometimes that's over the phone, sometimes that's in person. We're very flexible, and we'll work with each customer as to whatever's convenient for them. It's great to be a part of a hometown bank and offer the services that we can to help people get into their dream home. We had a client that came in about 2 weeks before Christmas and wanted to be in their new home before Christmas, and we were able to obtain that because of our hometown service.
Pine Country Bank is your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Fleet Supply True Value in Little Falls has everything you need for all your outdoor and indoor projects. They have a great selection of tools, kitchen, pet, and paint supplies, footwear, and so much more. Also, check out their great monthly bargains with tons of in-store savings. Fleet Supply True Value, your complete farm and home store, located at 1800 First Avenue North in Little Falls. Behind every project, is a true value.
If you're getting mighty hungry, well, the best in the country is Pizza Ranch.
The Pizza Ranch in Little Falls is now hiring all positions. Apply online. Go to pizzaranch.com/careers, Little Falls, Minnesota.
It's where life tastes better. Surround 'em up and head her down to Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again. Your final score in this one tonight, it was Little Falls 10 and Prairie Center 1. Joining us now is the head hockey coach of Little Falls Flyers, Tony Kuchar. And Tony, nice win tonight. I think a full 51 minutes of hockey tonight for your team.
Yeah, we had some goals tonight just to kind of move our feet and get pucks to the net. And, you know, I thought the first and third period were good. I thought we had a little bit of a lull in the second, but you know, when you put up 66 shots, you know, you're hoping to get some goals.
Yeah, we were talking about this in the game too, and obviously your son Dane, the goaltender on the team, and sometimes it's not easy to be in a game like that. Obviously, you've been a goaltender many times too in those kind of games when it's one lopsided.
It is. It's tough, and then usually is exactly what you saw tonight. We gave up 2 breakaways basically in 30 seconds, and kind of had a lapse of what we were doing, and they go in and score. But yeah, it's very painful to be in there and not. I mean, it is. It's hard to focus, and then, you know, you need shots to get into the game.
Right.
But
you know, and plus he's had, 9 days off too, so he gets a game, and now you got a big game coming up on Saturday. So obviously he'll be ready for that.
Yeah.
But one thing you talked about in the pregame was the power play, and unfortunately you really didn't get a chance to use that much, did you tonight?
Yeah, we had that one. I think it was about a minute and 4 seconds or so, and depending on when the clock was going up or down. So that was good. I thought Wesley looked at me and said, the clock's going up. And actually the power, or the man short, you know, or the power play minutes were going down. So it was kind of a weird deal. But I thought we had good puck movement. And we kept it in the zone and did, you know, tape-to-tape passes. We just didn't get it in the back of the net. But I thought we had some great individual efforts tonight. I thought somebody like Tyler Bricky, I thought he worked extremely hard tonight. I thought Matt Philippi and that Stevens line with Hayden Johnson on it, I thought they moved the puck very well. I thought Olfeld's line with Gabe and Robbie moved the puck. So we had some good efforts. I mean, Jake Chakowski just came back from a stint of didn't come out for the beginning of the year. He got a goal tonight. Big, strong forward. So we got some kids in there that we needed to take a look at this time, and we're still trying to find you know, a third line that's going to work hard, and we think we got a couple tonight, or a couple looks tonight, and hopefully Gunnar Gustafson can get back in the lineup by Saturday. So,
you know, I noticed the combination of Philippi and Stevens really were clicking tonight. Both of them were knowing where each other was.
When you get time and space, it's a little easier, and they're communicating, and I thought they looked pretty good together. So we'll see how it goes. You know, Sartell is moving forward. We're looking at Sartell. They're pretty crafty. They're fast. They got a good power play. Their goalie's been outstanding lately. So it's going to be a challenge. You know. So
Tony, Hayden Johnson, a player that I thought the last 3 games has played really well. In that St. Cloud Cathedral game, Gustafson took that shot, your second goal from the left point, and Hayden Johnson had just a picture-perfect deflection to beat Martin to give you a 2-0 lead. And it just seems like he's really crafty, skilled,
he is.
A nice playmaker.
He is. I was going to just say, Jamie, that he's kind of a playmaker for us, and he was our player of the week. We nominate kids from the week before on how they did in practice in the games, and then we kind of vote on it on Sunday, and we let the kids know on Monday. So he was our player of the week. He gets to park in the special spot right next to the door. He gets a little silver lunch pail. I think we give out T-shirts and hats and different things like that. Sanchez burrito coupons, things like that. So I thought, yeah, he kind of sees the ice well. He makes nice passes. You know, he's not going to score a ton of goals, but he's going to set up a ton of goals for you. So that's a good effort on his part, or that's what we like to see out of him.
Well, we had a milestone, Tony, in the third period. Of course, your son, Dane, is the goaltender. Now has played more than 3,000 varsity minutes.
Wow. That's
started his 60th consecutive game.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So, yeah, he's hopefully down the stretch here, he can stop the puck for us. And we're going to need him because, you know, if you look at Sartell, their goalies played very well. Fergus's goalies played very well. Alex goalie has stymied us every time we played him. And there's, you know, the River Lakes goalie is very good. So there's some awesome goalies in our section, and he rakes right up there. But, you know, we're going to really need his efforts stopping the puck at the end of the year.
We also had some firsts tonight. Matt Philippi with his first hat trick.
Right.
We had Hudson Philippi and Isaiah Gendro with their first varsity assists this year.
Awesome. Yeah, they're you know, they've been working hard down at JV. Gendro's been up and down in the lineups. So Hudson is, you know, most of the time he's played JV this year, and we knew that there's going to be a possibility tonight that we were going to be able to play 4 lines, and that's pretty much what we did in the second and third period. A player can only play 4 periods, so we had him play 2 and 2, or 2 JV periods, 2 varsity periods for that line of Gendro and Hudson Philippi and who else we got on that line. Trying to think, Bricky was up on with Cooper and Morrison, so they got lots of playing time tonight. And then down with Jake Jakowski, again, scored his first goal. And like I said, he came back about a week and a half ago or so, and we were happy to have him back. We get good depth when we get some of those players like that.
Unusual starting time Saturday night. That varsity game will probably be 8:15.
Yeah.
I mean, as a player, what do you do all day?
Well, we are going to have a morning skate, so we're going to work on the power play again at about 8 o'clock or 8:30, and I'm sure they're going to have some breakfast. We'll pull most of our kids down just to get on the ice and stretch out and stuff, get them out of bed so they're not sleeping until 12 o'clock. But I think it was a makeup game for after what happened with they got quarantined. From there, we tried to find a common date. We had a tough time, and then we agreed on Saturday, and then they had to probably pull some of their youth hockey games and juggle them around, and we offered to have it in Little Falls, and Coach Hacker probably didn't like that too much. He didn't want to come to our building when you only play them one time. So
it's always nice to be polite.
Yes, we were trying to be polite, trying to get it back here, and last minute I think that Coach Hacker stepped in and said, no, we're going to have it in Sartell, and that's just what happened for ice time.
He didn't want to hear us on the TV. That's probably what it was.
Probably not.
I still want to know, since you have this player of the week, can we have a broadcaster of the week? Because I'd like the Sanchez Burrito certificate.
Yeah, I have one
What
tonight.
do you think?
Yeah.
Well, Hershey's always looking for free stuff, Tony.
Oh, really?
He's always looking for free stuff.
Well, we can. I will.
Hey, Jamie, do you want a pop? Oh yeah, I'll take a pop.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, you need a sandwich? Oh yeah, I'll have a sandwich.
There is sandwiches down there tonight, so feel free to grab them by. So.
Well, the other thing I brought up tonight, and not that anyone that's still watching cares, but you talked about, that clock malfunction.
It did.
Do you remember in St. Cloud at the National Hockey Center when they only had 15 minutes in the first period?
Yes, we do remember that.
I went down and made it known after the first period that there was only a 15-minute period, and I was somewhat scolded. He said, well, don't tell anybody. I said, it's a little late. We've been on the radio and I've been talking about it, and then on the way up, the elevator wouldn't work and I got lost, and there was all kinds of problems. But
it was
anyway.
something in the water.
He could write a book, couldn't he?
Oh yeah, there's probably some good ones out there. But
and by the way, you said nobody's watching. This is probably the highest rated time when Tony's on.
What I was saying is anyone that's watching may not care.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe nobody cared the clock was going up, but I thought it was kind of funny. But we looked over there and there was like 17 minutes and 18 minutes and then we tried to get the refs, and they thought I was going to complain about something. They didn't want to come over and talk to us, and I just kind of pointed at the clock that things were not going so well down there. So we're going to blame that one on Carmen Johnson, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she was down there. So.
Okay. Yeah. I'm staying out of that one.
Yeah, I better not say that. I rescind that. I don't think Carmen was down there. It wasn't her fault.
10-1 final. Congratulations on the win. And as we talked about in the pregame, a win is a win in the section.
Absolutely.
You need every one of them, and your next one coming up hopefully against Sartell.
Right on. So especially when you've been off for 9 days, you got to get your feet wet and get out there and work hard. They've been working hard in practice on their conditioning. Hopefully it'll pay off on Saturday. It'll be a tough game for us.
All right, Tony, thanks for joining us. Now the ratings will drop after you leave.
That is the highest rated part of the Flyer Media production.
They just check in at the end, huh?
That's
Well,
fast forward right to the end.
Right to the end.
Yeah, again, Mark Deal done a wonderful job. I
Absolutely.
continue to praise the job that they do and what it's given Little Falls and anybody else that tunes in, friends and families and everything, get an opportunity to watch our game when they can. We did raise the attendance to 200 from 150, so I think we were somewhere hovering around 175 or so, and I'm sure that we're still getting plenty of hits on our Flyer Media production. So does a great job, and you guys do a great job, and that's why people tune in. So
thank you very much, and we'll see you in Sartell Saturday night late.
Absolutely, should be a great game.
Once again, that is the head hockey coach of the Little Falls Flyers. That is Tony Kuchar. All right, we're going to wrap things up here on our television side of things. So once again, for Flyer Media Productions, thanks so much. And of course, they have many more games coming up in their schedule. And for Flyer Media Productions, our next game will be next Tuesday when it's Wadena Deer Creek in Little Falls.
Yes, Wadena Deer Creek in Little Falls, one of my favorite nights.
Exactly. You really enjoy that. You know all the players by heart. That's
I know
for
all
sure.
the players.
You don't even need a roster.
I will have the Wadena Deer Creek Morris Benson game on the radio tomorrow night. Of course, close personal friends Scott Woods, Jason Murray, Paul Hagan, Robbie Grendel, the coaching staff for the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines, and they will square off here at the Exchange Arena against Little Falls.
I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do to you because they always like to rib you a little bit. So.
It's all fun and games as long as it's at my expense.
Absolutely. So once again, for our television audience, thanks so much for watching. You'll see a list of the credits of everybody that helped behind the scenes. Thanks to Mark Deal. Thanks to all the students, as you see him right there, as Sarah Hoffman, Will Threlkelb, along with Owen Kircher, and of course, Mark Deal, the director.
Yep, they do a great job, and we're proud to be a part of it. The last score update I had from Alexandria, it was 6-2 Fergus Falls, late third period.
And that is a final. 6-2 is the final. So once again, for our TV audience, we will say good night until Tuesday, and have, once again, our final score, 10-1 Little Falls.